the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, April 8th, 2025. We are coming to you live this morning. How's everybody doing?
Good.
2 days away. 2 days away. Carmen, are you so excited?
Oh my God, yes.
I mean, I've been pretty much obsessing over it. I don't know. I don't usually get this excited for the. I'm like, yeah, I know, it'll be fun. Now I'm like, I can't wait. Cruise, just
okay.
2 days away. No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like yesterday, I spent the day kind of like cleaning the house and doing my laundry.
Yeah, you got to do all that before you can pack.
Yes, and then making my little checklist and stuff, and it just got me like real pumped.
Is
and
there anything on your list that maybe we forgot about?
On my list? No, because this is the thing. This is what I learned from the last, like, I do this like every 2 or 3 years.
Right.
I'll buy a bunch of like cute like bathing suit cover-ups and this and that, and then I never wear them. I wear the same exact
don't
thing.
cover it up. Well, that's the Galvin rule.
Yeah.
That's the Galvin rule. What, you're going to wear the same thing every day. Whatever.
Don't bring a cover up. That's the Galvin rule.
Right. I'm gonna wear jean shorts or some type of shorts and a t-shirt to the pool.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna wear the cover up, but I'm always like, oh, look at these cute pictures of these women. And
why wouldn't you wear? I mean, I'm curious. Why wouldn't you wear just the bikini to the pool? Like, people are just walking around the boat in bikinis.
Right, but like when you're walking around, it's different than just laying around.
Gotcha.
And it's different.
It's moving.
Yeah, and it's different when no one else is in a bikini and because we are doing it on a bigger ship, there's more other people outside of our show.
Okay.
You get down the elevator and there's like 5 people that are all dressed to go to dinner and you're in a bikini and you're like, hi, I'm a wet rat. No big deal.
Right.
Old Carmen used to be like, what's up, suckers?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no more cruise Carmen. Mildly cruise Carmen.
Yeah.
But
it always seems to me that the women that are walking around in just the bikini are the ones that really shouldn't be walking around.
Yeah,
that might be true.
And that's it. Is they just have no, don't know how they should be or whatever. So they're just like, I have a bikini. I don't care. Look at it.
Gio,
and then there's more
Gio
kids.
didn't really ever get to experience cruise Carmen.
Are you kidding me?
No, he got one.
They were best friends like 2 years ago.
Yeah, but
his first cruise.
the one where you're kissing everybody.
Yeah.
There was one where we were taking pictures afterwards, and I had to hold Carmen up.
Oh, really?
Because she
Okay.
couldn't stand.
Sorry.
I remember when Carmen fell in her captain's outfit. Remember that?
That was my first cruise.
Yeah.
She was just on the ground.
In
and
the
I was
first
like,
party.
I was like, oh, boy.
Because even before I was on the show, I went on like 2 cruises.
You didn't get curse you out in a steakhouse, Carmen. That's the Carmen that you didn't
missed
miss.
that one. No.
That was just a one-time
Yeah,
thing.
it was. Listen, it's legendary.
You didn't get Carmen coming out of the ladies' bathroom with her eyes working independently, and then some other girl came out, and you were like, I don't even know what's happening.
Yeah. Good stuff. Oh,
Fight
man.
at the pizza line.
Yep.
Yeah. Listen, I did my job.
Yeah, you did.
But it's time to retire.
No,
Time to let someone else.
Exactly. Maybe transfer of power.
Yeah, I did.
Right.
Joe. You.
Joe's got a girlfriend now.
Yeah, Joe's going to be a drag on this one.
Yeah.
Plus, we don't want to see anything slip out on Joe.
Yeah.
I don't know why you keep saying that.
I just get
I think
vibes.
you're just trying to agitate me.
I'm getting bad vibes.
I'm not mad about it, Joe, but I feel like we're not going to get the Joe of yore either.
Oh, I don't
Boring.
Yeah.
know. Okay. Well, I don't know what to say about that.
I mean, look, we're all a little older, Joe.
Yeah, well.
No wellness check on the room. No, has anybody seen Joe since Tuesday or whatever?
No
We're
bag
going
of
to know
chunks.
exactly where he is
Yeah.
all the
Bag of
time.
chunks, his girlfriend.
Okay. All right.
No.
You know, I'm just going to try to have a good time. That's
Pete's going. He's not drinking.
Not
Yeah,
drinking?
We really are all getting older.
all. Wait. Pete's not drinking?
No, Pete
He hasn't been
drinking for like
drinking.
a year.
Oh.
More than that. He didn't drink in Key West
Oh.
When
I'm
we-
drinking on this.
on that cruise. So maybe like in between that. But I remember in Key West, I was like trying to get him drink and he was buying me drinks. And I was
Yeah.
like, what are you doing? He's like, no, I can't. My gout or whatever was the problem.
Pete hasn't been drinking for over a year.
Yeah.
Why does he keep messing up songs?
Oh, wow.
No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
That was a joke. It was a joke.
Yeah. So we get yesterday after the show, or sometime in the afternoon, I'm sitting in the living room, and my brother texts me, and he said, I didn't like Grand Bahama anyway, or something like that, something along those lines. And I said, yeah, we're not us either. You know, because we talked about maybe not getting off
Not
at
really
Grand
much
Bahama.
to do. Whatever.
then I had to kind of decipher what he was saying. He had got a notification, or my father got a notification that we were not going to Grand Bahama, that had been changed to Bimini.
Oh.
And then I looked on, I was like, wait a second, what's going on? And their cruise itinerary changed, and day 4 was in Bimini. So I called Diane. She didn't know anything about it. And then she called the cruise line, and the cruise line said, no, we're still Grand Bahama.
Oh, are they on the wrong boat?
No, but I think that there might have been a glitch in the app or something like that. But so there may have been other people who got that yesterday. But so right
That'll
now,
throw you for a loop.
yeah, I couldn't care less. Bimini was nice. I've been there before, and I think I'd rather go there than Grand Bahama. But it is what it is.
Plus,
Wherever
you
we
get to
end
say
up.
Bimini. Which is always fun.
Bimini. What else? If you are going on the cruise, 2 things I will tell you to bring and try to conceal them. This is not illegal, but I feel like that they've been snatching them lately. An extension cord, not a power strip. They're pretty good at finding power strips. An extension cord and a fan. It gets hot in the rooms.
You're definitely going to have to smuggle it in.
What, the extension cord?
Yeah.
Why?
I looked on the website last night because last year I had a power strip, which I had always had in the past.
Right.
Got yanked right out of my bag.
Really?
And then I looked on the website, and the extension cords on there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is there anybody that has a drone that can drone drop us some power strips?
You can try it, but I did see it on the website last night because I was trying to. I'm like, I've always had a power strip, and they literally opened my bag last time, took it right out.
Did they really?
Yeah.
I wonder if I put it in my suitcase.
Well, it was in my suitcase. The power strip was in my suitcase last year.
Yeah, I'm saying like, oh man.
Yeah.
That's a tough
And
one.
there was like a bucket of them. He goes, do you want to take it back to the car or leave it here? I go, leave it here. He pulls out the bucket and throws it in. And there was probably 30 of them in a bucket.
So but we need them though, because you got to plug your stuff in.
I'm not making the rules.
Come on, Gio.
I mean, I know this. I was bringing one with me.
I have a small one. It's a small one with like a square on it.
Maybe if it doesn't look like your standard, because like I was looking on Amazon, they make ones that are round and different.
Right.
So maybe if it doesn't look like the old school straight power strip, you can get it by. But yeah, they took it right out of my bag last time.
I wonder if I can attach it to my sleep mask somehow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Ooh, I got it.
But the extension cord, I don't know.
Run it through the tube of the mask.
Maybe,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
I'm going to wear mine under my hat.
The other thing, and Carmen brought it up the other day, is a good thing to do is to bring like a little case of water too, just so you have water in your room.
Yeah, but I mean, how are you carrying a case of water? I guess
Put
In
it
your suitcase.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
If you're bringing a big suitcase,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Then you can just I put it in the bottom corner because you're rolling it, right? It's a rolling suitcase.
Yeah.
And so we used to bring a whole case of water.
Right.
But now we bring a half case because with our drink packages, we get water.
Right.
But the problem is when you're drunk, you're not thinking about it. So you always forget to take a bottle of water back to the room at night.
Yep.
And then you wake up and that's when you mostly need it. So we refill them because they do have water stations and stuff.
You don't want to drink out of your sink in your bathroom.
I mean, listen, depending on how much you drank the night before, you will do it.
Yeah, that's true too.
So
I don't know. I have a bar in my room. Thank you.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh.
Feel free to
All right.
feel free to fill up.
Oh, I'll come by, Michael.
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah,
I
you're
appreciate that.
welcome.
Thank you. I watched. Well, first of all, Bert was on WWE last night. Did anybody watch it? Did you see it?
I
did.
saw clips from his
It was
Instagram.
Yeah, I mean, it was hilarious. I mean, that's one of the things that you get to cross off your list.
Just when I think Bert is not any more famous than he is,
Right.
I realize, oh my God, Bert is really, really, really
Super
famous.
famous.
Did
yeah.
you hear the pop whenever the girl was talking to him, and I don't know, whatever they do that
Yeah.
backstage or off the
Promo.
thing, whatever. So he's not where the crowd is, but it's up on the screen, whatever. And she's like, "I'm here with one of my favorite comedians, Bert Kreischer," and you hear the crowd like pop. And
Yeah.
you're like, "Wow, that's awesome."
Bert is fat.
Oh my God.
You're just realizing this?
No, I mean, but he goes through stages. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He's fat right now. Like he's not. It's usually just a belly. It's usually just alcohol belly. But now he's wide at the bottom.
Well, he
Yeah.
lost a bunch of weight because there was the picture of him throwing out the first pitch, and he was fat.
Yeah, but I feel like he's on a track to get fat again.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, that's drinking. That's what that is. Yeah.
Also, I don't think the Bert cares. I'm not insulting him.
Yeah.
He knows.
Did you see any of the stuff from Raw? Or
Yeah,
you-
I watched the highlights with his CM Punk and
Yeah,
the
he got
guys
in the ring and
backstage.
everything.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty cool. That's a good bucket list.
It's
thing.
crazy. Tony Hinchcliffe was on as well.
I didn't see Tony Hinchcliffe, but I did watch Kill Tony last night, the first one from Netflix.
Yeah,
Did anybody watch that?
I did.
I tried.
God damn, it was boring.
Yeah.
Me and my son were watching it, and I was like, you know what? There have been way better Kill Tonys than this one. Yeah.
It was boring, and it moved. The pace was slow.
Is it a live one?
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was. Yes, it was
At one
live.
point.
It was
just
live in
one
front of
yeah.
from the Comedy Mothership.
Oh, okay. Because is there one where he has like the Kill Tony stand-ups, and it's like a special that has all those guys on there?
Yeah,
No.
there's the killers of Kill Tony.
Right.
Yeah, but no, this is his show. His podcast is now on Netflix.
Yeah, it's a straight up new episode of Kill Tony that was on.
And they didn't tell the people there that it was going to be the first one on Netflix until that night. When they unveiled it. And if you don't know the show, what they do is they've got a panel of comics on stage with a band, a live audience, and they have 300 comedians or however many sign up that weekend. And then they put their names in a bucket and they pull out of the bucket, and that comedian has 1 minute to get up there and do stand up. And some people have gone on to be famous from this.
Yeah.
I mean, Cam Patterson is one of the most sought after comedians right now. Casey
Kim.
Rocket, Hans Kim, all these guys. So it was great. It was Red Band, Tony, Rogan, then Elon Musk, which was Kyle Dunnigan.
Oh,
And-
he's so good doing all the different.
He came out doing Elon Musk. He had a prosthetic on his face and everything,
Yeah.
and then Shane Gillis doing the president.
Oh, nice.
I'm telling you right now, the only thing that made me laugh out loud was Shane Gillis.
Yeah.
Everything Shane Gillis said was funny.
Yeah.
He was hilarious as the president. He was saying the most absurd things. He can't stop saying retard.
Yeah,
Everything
yeah.
to him is retarded. He is so funny doing the president, saying the things that you expect the president to say. He's like fat. They had a guy up there that cuts lawns. And they were like, well, give out your website and plug your lawn. And he goes, I don't really have a website. And then there was a guy in the crowd, that Mexican guy was like, I can make him a website. And then the president's like, look at this, America. You got a fat white guy. We're bringing fat white guys back to cut lawns.
Yeah.
We're sending the Mexicans back. The Mexican wants to make his website. It was so funny. But the only funny stuff was the Shane stuff.
Really?
The comedians are all giving it their minute, and most of them stink. But Tony Hinchcliffe can't keep his show moving. He's very interesting,
What else?
Yeah,
there's a lot of
It
that. I
doesn't move
noticed.
the show fast. The pace isn't good. That's why that show is great in clips and not
I
great
was just
live.
about to
Right.
say, have you ever watched the show fully, or
No.
do you watch it in clips?
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing. Because fully, that's what it is.
Right.
It doesn't move very fast, and he does a lot of that.
Yeah, it was like a typical episode, but I thought there have been episodes that were way funnier than this one.
The other thing that I noticed and I'm not perfect by any means, but they have the yellowest teeth I've ever seen.
Oh.
Tony Hinchcliffe's teeth are a margarine yellow. It is ridiculous.
He's always-
He smokes a
Smokes
lot.
nonstop.
Oh, really?
He smokes
That's
a
why.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he smokes right there on the show.
Oh, I didn't notice, but his teeth are disgustingly
Yeah.
margarine yellow for a guy who has a reputation of maybe being gay because he takes good care of himself.
Yeah.
Like you would think that teeth bleaching would be the first thing that he would do.
Well, if you look at him, he looks like what high blood pressure would look like in a
He looks like a
definition, you know what I
smoker.
mean? Yeah,
yeah,
that's
now that you
the
say it,
thing.
he looks like a smoker.
Yeah, because he's got like the yellow teeth. He's got kind of like bloodshot eyes.
yeah,
and
he's
he's like,
skinny. Like
Yeah.
he's,
I did think Casey Rock was pretty funny.
Casey Rocket's always funny.
Casey Rocket is not. His jokes are not funny. You're laughing at him.
He's
Yeah.
just so
Yeah.
weird, and when he says, if you really listen to what he's saying,
Yeah.
it happens fast. It's really funny.
See, I thought he had Tourette's or something.
No, he's
like,
just nuts.
That's just his
Right.
act.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't, to me, it wasn't funny. I was like, oh, this is funny because he has Tourette's, but it wasn't funny,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Like I've seen him be funny.
I think if that was your first time watching Kill Tony, you didn't understand what was going
No.
on at all. And,
No.
and Tony Hinchcliffe said that a bunch of times. He's like,
Yeah.
this is your first time. You have no idea why we're all laughing, and you have no idea why this is funny.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't bad. Like I'm not like
Yeah.
I'll never watch it again, but it just didn't come across as like usually when something rolls out like that on Netflix, it's the best one.
Yeah, I watch it all the time, so it's kind of like it was just right in the.
When Shane did Trump and Adam Ray did Joe Biden, that was great.
They did that too.
yeah.
Oh, did
They
Adam
did
Ray
that,
come
yeah.
out and do that?
And then Elon Musk had to leave, and Kyle Dunnigan came back as RFK.
Yeah, he does
Yeah.
great RFK too. Casey Rocket, though, I saw him over at Side Splitters, and my wife even said to me, she goes, "I'm surprised you like him."
Me too. That's all I was
Yeah.
thinking last night. Is that this doesn't seem like a guy? Like it seemed like he'd annoy you.
I think after maybe a certain, but I mean, he did over an hour there, and I loved it, and it was hilarious. And my wife
all the
loved
running
it too.
around and all that
All
stuff.
the running around.
Yeah.
He came out doing the crab walk, doing the stuff, talking about Robitussin,
Yeah.
talking about how Putin's trying to triangulate
Yeah,
his thing,
yeah.
So weird.
and he goes too fast, so sexy, doing all that. He just makes me laugh. He's so different and so weird. And he's just I like him a lot. I think he's really funny.
The first guy that they pulled out of the thing bombed so hard. I think that was a bad start for it. It was so terrible.
See, I love when they bomb though. It's
How
it's
about-
so funny.
But not out of the gate. You know what I mean?
How about the guys that they had? So you're on Netflix, the first Netflix show, and you go up there and Bob. How about the guys at Madison Square Garden that have never done
yeah,
stand up
yeah.
before? And here's your minute to do stand up at
the
Madison
Garden,
Square
yeah.
Garden.
It's so funny to me when they totally bomb all the comics. The room is dead. The comics are dead. And then they ask him, so how long you doing stand up? He was like, well, about 8 years.
Yeah.
I would have taken that 1 minute at the Garden.
Yeah.
Now. Yeah, I would have bombed horribly, but I would have taken it.
Oh, you
Say
have to.
performed at Madison Square
yeah,
Garden.
you have. I mean, obviously you have to do it
Yeah.
and stuff, but I mean, I can't imagine what your nerves are going on Kill Tony in front of all these other comedians.
I actually think, Calvin, it's kind of like when a punter has to kick a 70-yard punt. It's like, I'm going to bomb anyway, so I might as well bomb at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, what do I have to lose?
But
And by the one chance I get a laugh.
At the same time, you can see how it's literally launched people's careers.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
overnight.
Cam Patterson is so goddamn funny. And they go, Cam, you do a new minute every week. How do you come up with your new minute? Like, what do you do? And he goes, oh, man. He goes, some days on Mondays I wake up and I'm just crapping my pants all day. And then I figured if I get the worst comes to worst, I'll come out here and just say the N-word a lot. People seem to love that.
I was going to say, I couldn't tell you one Cam Patterson joke.
Yeah.
He's funny, but I couldn't tell you a joke
Galvin,
other than
he's-
saying the N-word.
Yeah.
He told every time I've seen him, like every joke, everything that comes out of his mouth is funny. When he said to Tucker Carlson, my grandmother hates you. And the joke he told last night was about his father
Oh, yeah.
being a terrible father, because he goes, I'm looking back at it now. My father was a terrible father. He said, when I was 12, I told him that to give me a ride to this girl's house because she said she was going to give me sex. He said it differently.
Right.
And he's like, and my father drove me there. And he goes, and I don't know what the rule is, but there was some law that he had to be breaking by taking a 12-year-old to go bang another 12-year-old. But obviously the way Cam says it was really
Right.
and the whole story was really funny. And
But he's kind of like Theo Vaughn. Theo Vaughn, I couldn't tell you one joke, but Theo Vaughn's funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Theo Vaughn is so from another planet that it's hilarious. Yeah, I don't know. I thought the show, like, I feel like I would watch it again,
Yeah.
but it moved a lot slower than I thought it would. Like, it feel like it needed a director.
That's how it is every week, though. You know?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like Tony is just not. He's not good to keep it moving. Somebody needs to keep it moving.
Yeah, I think the show's kind of struggling.
Yeah. Oh, really?
It doesn't seem to be. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I was saying it's like the
biggest
biggest thing in the world. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm not saying
Yeah.
it's not super successful. I just feel like it could be better. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I don't like. It just had too many lulls. Yeah, no. Listen, I
Yeah.
just said I'd watch it again. You know,
Yeah, I can
I
totally.
think they'll make it.
If that was the first time you'd watched a full episode, I can see how you're like, what's going on?
Yeah. I
Because
mean,
it wasn't one of the stronger episodes.
No, yeah. But I've seen the clips of other
Yeah.
ones that are great. You
In
know?
clips, it's.
and I
it's-
think Tony is very funny.
Yeah.
It just certain things. I don't know. There's certain. I don't know. And then Rogan doesn't say a word. He just sits there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess when you're Joe Rogan, you could do that.
Also, I
Pretty
don't think he wants to make fun of the comedians. Like, there's some
No.
that'll go on
Yeah.
there and make, like, Big J will make fun of him and stuff. But
Yeah.
and he's even said, he goes, I have to give him a look at, like, hey, this is what we do. We're just kidding around, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't think Rogan likes that. I think he's just like quiet because he's like, I don't want to make fun of these guys. They're
Yeah.
trying to do a minute.
A lot of the comics come on then. They're like that sometimes. They don't
Yeah.
want to make fun of people. Ron White came out at the end. He was really funny.
Oh, at this one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So is that every week now?
I think so. Yeah.
Every Monday?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I wonder. I mean, obviously, it has to benefit them to go from YouTube to doing it. But you think that they own it, they have full control. They must have gone into Netflix. If Netflix came to them, they said, "Listen, we're not
Oh, yeah.
changing a goddamn thing."
Oh, they said a lot of things
I'm
yesterday.
I'm still in charge of everything. It has to be this way, you know, because otherwise, why are you giving it to Netflix?
I imagine
Unless-
Netflix is paying them a ton of money.
That's what it has to be.
Not just a ton of money, but think of it's the largest
Exposure.
delivery
Oh, yeah,
platform. You know,
It's bigger, but also it was already so big. They're already making so much money. It had to have been so much more money because you have to think they're like, we're already doing it.
Yeah.
And we already are super successful. So the only thing we can do is keep it exactly the same way and get even more money. Like those are the only two
Tony
things.
Hinchcliffe said it was life-changing money,
It's got to be.
which he's already making a ton of money
Sure.
to begin with.
wow, that's crazy. All these idiots that we started out with,
Yeah.
they're all
Well,
millionaires
and that's
now.
the other thing that I always talk about side splitters. You know, we always say how they have all these great comedians and stuff, and they get them knowing that they're going to be
Oh, yeah.
next time they come through, they're playing Amalie Arena.
Yeah.
So if you get a chance to see them at Side Splitters, that's such a great room and that's such, you know, a cool experience. And then you're like, yeah, I saw that guy in a comedy club. Now he's doing the arena where all these people are trying to get tickets and stuff.
We got to get Hans Kim more shirts, man.
Yeah,
Now that
yeah.
they're on Netflix. Hans Kim was on the show once. It was okay when he was here. He was new. It was, you know, and I gave him a shirt and he wore it everywhere for the next year.
Yeah.
Every picture he was in, it got to the point where Kill Tony started pixelating the shirt. So they were giving me too much press.
It's funny because he was on there and, you know, Shane knows him since he started out and stuff. And he goes, I don't like Hans Kim successful. He goes, he came in with a hot girlfriend. He's wearing a Rolex. He goes, I don't like this at all. He goes, it was making me mad.
That's one of my favorite accounts to follow on Instagram is the guy who he'll look at an award show or you know, any sort of gathering, and he'll analyze everybody's watches and tell you what they are and how much they paid for them. And I would like to see them do that with the comedians because all the comedians have solid Rolexes on now.
They're saying the deal was $250 million.
Oh, Jesus.
For how long?
I don't know, for Netflix.
That's life changing.
So that's
250 million. You could punch me in the face every week.
Yeah, and that's what people are speculating, but that's the number that you see in most of the articles.
So
is 250.
nobody. I mean, you got to imagine Netflix. Whoever idea it was to take it out of the DVDs and start the online streaming was a goddamn genius.
Oh, absolutely. Because I will be honest with you, I did not understand how it worked, the DVD thing, and then I didn't understand the streaming and how you could get it on Xbox and this and that. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Finally, I like caught up to me, whatever. But the funny thing about Tony Hinchcliffe getting all that money and stuff. Do you know the Tom Brady roast? Do you know the story behind that? That he wasn't supposed to be on there?
Tony wasn't?
Tony was not supposed to be on there. They were going to do a thing. Then they were like, we should have Tony stand up because Dana White was at his table and doing a thing, whatever. And Tony should introduce him. That's all he was supposed to do. And then Tony did his thing, and they're like, you got to have him do this. You got to have him go. And then wound up getting on the show and doing that.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, he became the biggest part of the show, but it totally wasn't even supposed to happen.
He said it came up almost like a day before. He still was not on the show to do the speaking part.
And he wasn't even supposed to go up on stage.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't supposed to go, and the camera followed him. And, like, the way everything happened, it was like a big chance that worked out great for
And
him.
that really propelled him.
Oh, yeah.
I can't figure out I mean, not that I can't figure out, but how much money Netflix is generating to do all these things that they're doing, like to pay for all these things that they pay for. Like they'll greenlight a movie with no problem. Be like, all right, we'll give it $50 million. We'll just greenlight a movie.
Yeah, but think about it. Their subscription service, they've been raising the prices slowly every time, all the time, whatever. It's worldwide. It's not like it's not like it's just in America. They're getting A-list celebrities, A-list actors to do A-list movies
exclusively
just for
them,
Netflix.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. That must cost hundreds of millions of dollars.
So they must be making
In
billions.
2025, Netflix plans to spend $18 billion on content.
Spend $18 billion.
Spend $18 billion.
So you have to think they're making at least 10 times that.
Sure.
At least 10 times.
Just on content, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, they got big deals with Sandler, where he's making all of his movies for Netflix.
Carmen, what does Netflix cost? Do you know?
Oh, I don't, because I get it through my phone service,
Okay.
so I get a discount.
So that's another thing. They partner with Verizon or whatever and they do it that way.
But I also think, like, if you just buy Netflix straight up, it's like $15.
I have it here. So it's standard with ads is $7.99. Standard is $17.99. Let's see. for membership. Like a premium is $24.99 per month.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have different plans.
I don't even know what I have. I know that I have.
You probably have premium.
I know I have Seinfeld.
Unlimited ad-free movies, TV shows, and mobile games. Watch on 4 supported devices. Watch
So they
on
still
4K.
have an ad-based service if you want to pay for
Standard
it?
is ad-supported, and but that's much cheaper.
Yeah,
and then
it's smart that they make it in ads.
Right, and they're making all that money off the ads.
16.2 billion in 2024.
Wow.
Just on content.
60?
16.
Spend?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Just on content. This year they said it's going to be over 18 billion.
Good for them, man.
Yeah.
That's something. Remember they used to get the DVDs in the mail?
I had Netflix then. I remember when I got an email saying that they were going to streaming. I was like, oh man, that sucks.
I didn't have Netflix. I used Redbox.
I didn't have streaming.
I ordered one movie from Netflix in my entire life, and I still have it.
I just thought I don't want to watch movies on my laptop, so this is dumb that I can't.
Do you want to guess what movie it is? Do you remember? I think I've said it before.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
I know what it is.
I figured you would.
It is my super girlfriend.
Super
or super
ex-girlfriend,
ex-girlfriend,
with Owen Wilson or Luke Wilson.
So in 2014, Netflix made $5.5 billion. And then in 2024, last year, they made $39 billion.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. If you're spending 18 and making 39.
Well, no, they're spending 18 now.
Right,
So they're
they'll
spending
make
18.
60.
They're probably making, probably more than that.
That's crazy. Good for them. Listen, good for all these comedians that are getting their day. You know what I mean? Making all the money. I used to say it all the time when we did afternoons. We were pretty much known for having all the comics on. It was a lot easier to get comics to call the show in the afternoon. And people used to say, well, you get all the comics. I said, because they're the rock stars now. This is the new rock. Usually when I first got in radio, it was rock and rollers. And then comedians became the new rock stars.
It seemed like COVID really pushed it over.
Is that, you think that's what it was? Because everybody went and found everything on streaming?
I think so, because so many people were consuming things at home because they were just stuck at home.
Oh, good old days.
That's Bert says that helped him because one of his specials came out right at COVID and stuff. Yeah, and he said everybody was home, everybody was watching. He goes, so I had great numbers on Netflix
because it seemed like the arena, like comics doing arenas, was out of COVID. You know what I mean?
You mean after COVID?
Like after COVID.
Yeah, because remember before that there was like a couple guys that did arenas. Like you remember Dice doing Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Like there was just a handful. Now you can be in comedy for what seems like 3 months and you're doing arenas.
Yeah. I mean, now they got a system in place. They know how to do it.
By the way, Netflix in 2024 has spent $16.2 billion, made $39 billion. And then this year they're spending $18 billion, and you're probably going to make, like you said, like $6 billion.
So they probably did give him $250 million, like they said.
Sure. I mean, if they're spending $16 billion, $250 is nothing.
Yeah, and they were probably like, we were going to go up to $500 million, but he said $250. That's fine. We'll just do that.
Listen, let's be honest. Would you pay $100 a month for Netflix?
No.
I think I would. It would be. I mean, like, if I had to eliminate other stuff, if Netflix gave me if Netflix found a way to incorporate local channels and something like that in there, I would do that for sure. I would get rid of my YouTube TV.
If I could get rid of everything else and just have Netflix, probably.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's going to suck. What's really going to suck is when your internet provider starts charging you to have Netflix as well.
Right.
And they're double dipping.
Yeah.
Which is good. That's right around the corner.
Yeah. That's when you want to talk about civil unrest. That's when people are going to lose their mind.
Well, and that was the thing too, is like cable TV. You're paying for all these channels that you don't even use, and blah blah blah. We're going to give you this streaming service for $4.99 a month, and you're like, oh, $4.99 a month, and then like 13 days later, they're like, it's actually $39 a month. And you're like, what? What happened?
And you can't watch that on here. You have to now buy this streaming service as well. Yeah, they duped everybody on that one.
They bank on you also like signing up one day for a certain show, and then you forget about it.
I still think me and Amanda both have separate Hulu accounts.
Yeah.
It's like you sign up for Peacock to watch one event, and then you forget.
100%, because you're like, oh, I have a 7-day trial. I can cancel it. Never cancel it.
6 years later, you're paying $40 a month.
And good luck figuring out how to cancel it. You're like, I have no idea. For some reason, I have to go to China and climb a mountain and talk to some guy, and who knows what.
You know who makes it easy to cancel stuff? Apple.
Yeah,
Apple. Because I get a lot of apps that I join, like at subscription basis, and I forget about them. And you just go click on subscriptions; it'll tell you what it is, when you're getting charged, and how to cancel it right there. All right, let's take a break and get the show moving this morning. We got Sporkle when we come back. Carmen will tell you what we have to give away, and we do have a lot of stuff to give away. We got a lot of tickets to blow out. And we got to do most of it because tomorrow is our last day on the air before we head on out to Calta Cruise 18. I'm very excited. It's the Mike Calta Show. Sporkle's next on 102.5 The Bone. I'm so excited to go. I was just looking at the cruise line. I'm already in the computer for the cruise next year.
Nice.
It said I have 2 upcoming cruises.
Nice.
I was like, oh, very
Ready to
excited
go.
about that. Yeah. We have a family cruise booked next year sometime as well, like for spring break.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know anything about it, nor do I want to go. Like I feel like it's too long. I feel like it's like a 10-day cruise.
Oof.
Yeah, and it goes to like weird places like Panama and Costa Rica, and I don't want to do that.
So not even places really worth getting off.
Oh no! And like Costa Rica is
Right.
we're beautiful, and Panama is beautiful. But I mean, like I don't know. I'm not a tropical guy.
That's all to me. All the islands look the same. Like
Not only they look the same, but we're in Florida.
Yeah.
yeah.
So how
that
much
too.
more you got enough beaches? You got enough palm trees?
That's why we always go north
North is fun.
in spring break.
Yeah,
North
if you're
is
going
fun.
to do a vacation, do something other than the beach, because otherwise just stay here and go to like a
Right.
different area in Florida.
And everybody north goes south, and they think we're crazy for going north.
I
you
think in August, or maybe not August, maybe September, October, I think we might be going to Japan again.
Oh,
Oh,
Ah.
yeah.
I think I may go to Vegas around my birthday, maybe in November.
Vegas is great, and I'm overdue for Vegas, but my son never asks for anything, and he wants to go back to Japan more than anything.
Yeah.
And my wife and my daughter really don't care about it, but my brother does. So I think we might just do a boys' trip to Japan, just to Tokyo instead of traveling all through Japan, because we went last time into Tokyo and then went to a couple other places through the train and all that. But I think if we just go spend a couple of days in Tokyo, that'll be cool. I don't know if that's worth 14 hours on an airplane, but
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right, Carmen, what are we giving away today?
Okay, we have a bunch of stuff.
Take it one at a time, and I'll tell you if they suck or if it's good.
Okay.
All right.
Colin Quinn,
Fantastic.
Great.
Back to the Future musical.
I think probably good. We're all going to that. If you win, you go with us, don't you?
I think so.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't know. Either.
I want it to be good, but I'm not sure yet.
I'm going either way.
I'm
I
going
want to
too.
see it.
Yeah.
Baby Metal.
Baby metal is good if you like girls doing heavy metal.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they were little babies.
Oh,
No.
It's
Oh.
Asian
adorable.
girls that are all dressed up in the little Asian girl
All right.
outfits.
Like
and they-
it'll be a lot of guys who make paper roses at Hooters will be there.
a lot of guys that are into comic books.
Yeah.
Chris Brown.
Okay, if you like guys who beat up their girls,
Well, Rihanna,
the
forget it.
statement.
Kesha.
Okay, I like Kesha with the tits out sore.
Thomas Rhett.
All right, I don't know anything about him.
Coheed and Cambria.
Yeah,
They're great.
boring.
Live.
Yeah, I know.
Fantastic.
If you like that kind of music,
Yeah.
it's perfect for all of you. Is that it?
Yes.
All right, you have your choice of those tickets with a little bit of Sporkle. Here we go. Galvin won yesterday. Didn't he kill my streak?
Yes.
I believe so, yeah. Well, I killed your streak a while ago.
All right, well, let's
Yeah.
not get crazy. Carmen is the keeper of Sporkle. Pap is your judge and scorekeeper. Carmen, what are we playing today?
All right. We are all Americans on this show, right?
USA.
USA.
USA. All right. So you guys, can you name the presidential first names?
Yes.
I'm going to give you the last name. You're going to give me the first name. I do want to let you know they are not in order, and I do not have all of them.
Okay.
Okay? I just want to give you a heads up in case you try and jump in a little early. Okay. Here we go. Your first one. Tyler.
Zach.
John.
John.
Taylor.
Galvin. Van Buren.
Martin.
Mike. Jefferson.
Thomas.
Mike.
Almost said George.
And I do need the full name just to make that clear because that is what's on
Gotcha.
the paper.
Right.
Nothing short. No nicknames.
All right.
I call him Tom Jefferson.
I call him Tommy.
T-Bone.
Your next one, Fillmore.
Millard.
Mike.
I was going to say Seymour Hoffman.
He is not a president.
Fillmore Seymour Hoffman is my favorite president.
Taylor.
Zachary.
Mike Calta. Washington.
George.
Galvin.
No, Judge.
That was Gio.
Oh my God, Joe!
Yeah.
You weren't even. Oh, get out of here! You're the worst.
I heard Galvin.
Yeah, I mean, it
I
was
felt
so
it was
obviously me. So we say judge, and then he just says whoever says judge.
Isn't that what we always do?
Don't worry. The makeup up is
Yeah,
coming.
I guess.
Helpful.
All right. Your next one, Pierce.
James.
Pierce.
Benjamin
First-
Franklin.
No, he was not a president.
No, that's from MASH.
Roger.
Franklin Pierce.
Oh, I was close.
Buchanan.
James.
Galvin. Grant.
Ulysses. S.
All I need is Ulysses. Galvin. Garfield.
James A.
All I need is James.
The cat.
Cleveland.
Grover.
Mike. Arthur.
Chester.
Mike. Johnson.
Lyndon.
Johnson. Andrew
Oh.
Johnson. And Pap
The better Johnson.
we are halfway there.
Gio is on the board with a single point.
Thanks,
Galvin
Joe.
has
Yeah.
3. And
I
Michael
have
is your
4.
leader right now.
I have
He's
4.
winning with 7.
I have
7.
4. I have 4.
You're-
Audit.
You have 4.
I have 4.
Galvin has 4, everybody.
How many does Gio have?
I
Gio
have
has 1.
1.
So 7, 11, 12. Carmen, does that seem right? And 1 miss?
14. We've done 14.
Oh, okay, then we're good.
Okay. All right, halfway there. Presidential first names. Here we go. Obama.
Brock.
Mike. Coolidge.
Calvin.
Mike. Trump.
Donald.
Geo. Eisenhower.
Dwight.
Mike. Ford.
Henry.
Gerald.
Gerald.
Henry. Idiot.
Galvin. Truman.
Harry.
Galvin. Hoover.
Herbert.
Mike. Carter.
Jimmy.
You're not going to take James.
Jimmy is what is on the paper.
Yeah.
I did say that.
Oh, sorry.
Galvin.
Galvin.
Wait. Go to the judge.
Forget
Are
it.
you-
Just give it
you-
to Galvin.
No, you confused me when you started asking me
Sorry.
questions. You took me off.
I don't care.
Okay.
Okay, point where?
Galvin.
I mean, she
Biden.
kinda know.
Joe.
Joe.
That works. Mike.
What?
Kennedy.
John.
Geo. Nixon.
Oh,
Richard.
Mike. And Pap. We are on the last 3.
Gio is on the board with 3 points. Galvin has 7. And Michael is your leader right now. He's winning with 13.
I have 3.
I have 14.
All right, here we go. Last 3. Presidential's first name. Reagan.
Ronald.
Mike. Roosevelt.
Theodore.
Geo. And your last one.
Abraham.
Wilson.
Woodrow.
Woodrow.
Abraham Wilson.
Carney Wilson.
Mike.
Your final score, Gio with 4 points on the board. Galvin with 7.
Maybe.
And Michael is your triumphant champion today. He won with 15.
Yes. Solid victory this morning. I believe I still have the rule.
No.
2 rules.
No.
Yeah.
He blanked your role like days ago.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
No, he did
He
not.
doubled your score.
No, he did not.
Okay.
When?
Like a week ago.
You know that that's not true.
I don't think so.
You did not
no,
do that.
That's
He
not
beat
true.
me yesterday, but he has not doubled
there
my
was-
score.
there was
there
one-
was one day where he said, I
That
came
one,
close.
He gets the last one and he got it
Okay.
on the last thing. What, do you have it written
Wow.
down?
I don't write down the scores every day. No.
No. I'm saying like the we blanked. Yeah, I don't.
No,
I don't.
I didn't write that down.
Yeah, I don't remember
that is
doing
not
that.
true. Nice
Carmen,
try,
do you
though.
remember that?
I remember you saying, "Ooh,
Right.
That's
you almost got it." Yeah,
All right.
but there was no blinking of the score. It
Listen,
was
I'm with
one
you.
off.
He was
If we
one
can,
away.
if we can figure it out and say that it's true, I'm with you.
It's not true.
But yeah, I don't think so. Oh, Michael,
What's that?
you done so good. You and Sparkle, you know every president.
Thank you. I like that. Was effort was there. That was wonderful.
Oh, Michael, your beard so dark,
Oh,
so
dark.
strong,
So dark.
and your sporkle knowledge very, very good.
All right, that's good enough. We'll take that. Thank you. We don't have to worry about that Val Kilmer one.
Mm.
Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, what is your name?
My name is Kristen.
Hi, Kristen. You're the winner. I'm going to put you on hold. Carmen will grab you here during the break, and we'll hook you up with your choice of tickets. Okay, Pumpkin?
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a great day. Galvin, what do we have coming up in news?
Coming up in news today, how much is that? Devastating drummer news. And
Oh, no.
Mike didn't say that.
I didn't.
No.
I didn't want to, or I didn't?
You didn't
I
say
shouldn't
it.
have said it.
You didn't say it.
Okay, good. All right, Galvin, as your news. We'll take a quick break, come back, dive right into that next. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. Dom going on the cruise.
Yeah.
Him and
Cruise Dom.
Snoozer and Dozer.
Yep. Sniffles and beer bite. And
Beer fight.
yeah, beer bite's funny.
That'll be happening on Thursday morning. Carmen,
Yes.
and say the same thing I said last year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad you made us take off on Thursday.
Yep.
Yep.
You're
As a director of
welcome.
leisure activities, you did a great job making that call.
Every year.
Appreciate you.
Every
Yep,
year.
yep,
Just
I know.
Maybe one day you'll listen.
I know. I think it's it makes it hotter if I fight it first.
Does it?
No.
Okay.
You know how stressed you would have been if you're picking up Bobby at like 10
Oh.
o'clock at the
Yes.
airport.
Yes.
Get out of here.
Yes, I'm not even packed now.
Yeah.
My wife decided to have the volleyball team over the house for a party, like an end of the season party on Saturday or Sunday when I'm not here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, great idea. Except now I have to do everything that needs to be done before I leave.
Oh,
I have to clean up the pool area and all that stuff.
does it keep getting thrown in your face? Well, you're leaving on vacation. for
Kind
a
of like
weekend.
subtly. Well, I
Right.
mean, you'll be on a cruise.
Yeah.
So the good thing is my son's going now, so it's less that like I'm on vacation and so well, you and Joey. Oh, good.
Yeah.
We're a team. Yeah. So, but now I have to go out and I have to clean the barbecue and move all the stuff out of there and do all these things and just like pile on. Anything else you want me to do? Then she's like, don't forget Zero Res is coming Wednesday. I go, why is that pertinent to me? Why do I have to know? She's like, because I got to work Wednesday. I go, so I have to sit in the house and babysit Zero Res while they're here.
Oh,
It's ridiculous. I got things to do. I got to get my ears waxed today. Don't you people know? These are pre-cruise things. I am really going today, 2:00 to get my ears waxed. That's my
Did you have to call?
yeah. I know. I figured it out. I figured out how to make it online. It just took me forever.
You get the nose too, or just the ears?
I don't remember. I think I might have just went ears on this one
Yeah.
because I got a mustache right now, so you can't really tell the difference between my nose hairs and my mustache hair. So I could just get away with that for a couple of days.
That's good.
That's gross. I was just
Wait.
joking. Yeah, I'll just go in there and trim those bad boys down.
Yeah.
Tomorrow after the show, I'm going to go get my haircut and then go get my spray tan.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll do before and after.
I gotta go pick up my stuff from the dry cleaner. I got a day ahead of me, man. I got
Oh.
errands. Joe,
Yes,
I need you to get that car back, man.
All right.
I need you to start doing some stuff for me.
Okay. I should
on
have
now.
it back after the cruise, after we're back.
We got spray tan. We got beard dye.
You don't forget earwax.
earwax.
Yeah,
Things are moving.
Yeah.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I need this beard to calm down a little bit before Thursday.
It's
Oh.
still
It's still pretty dark.
It's
Yeah.
out there.
I've taken two showers since I got my beard dyed.
Mike
It's
has
still,
so much hair in his ears that he actually thinks he can hear the ocean right now.
Oh, I do. It just sounds like. It's very wispy. A couple of times I feel like a spider's crawling in my ear.
Wispy.
So, yeah.
By the way, I can't stop saying that like,
Wispy.
around my house.
Wispy.
Wispy.
Yeah.
What was that from?
From
From
Putty.
yeah.
Oh, that's right.
He's gonna come on the
Putty's
show.
got wispy hair.
Wispy.
By the way, didn't come on the show. Follows me on Instagram now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was great.
I don't think it was his fault.
No, I don't think so either. I'm not
Yeah.
mad at anybody. You know
Wispy.
what I mean? Wispy.
Wispy. You got to really hit the
Yeah.
H in there.
I was saying
Wispy.
that over the weekend, and my daughter's like, "What is that? Why are you saying it?" I go, "I can't explain it."
Yeah.
Wispy.
You know what I can't stop saying is, oh, God, now I can't think of, Bjork stand. Bjork stand.
Player?
Yeah.
Mm.
Right?
Yeah, a couple
Is it-
names get stuck in my head every once in a while.
Bjorkstan. Wispy.
Wispy.
By the way, the Lightning won last night, 5-1 over the Rangers. But good Lord, did the Rangers have a lot of shots? Vasilevsky had 38 saves.
Jeez.
38 saves. It was crazy. It was like Vassy save, Vassy save, Vassy save.
Yeah.
They
was
say
unbelievable.
that he's pretty good at hockey.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Wait.
hearing.
I was telling Mike, it's interesting to hear other teams' announcers talk about the Lightning because most of the time you're listening to the Lightning and you
Yeah.
hear the Lightning, whatever. But I was watching the thing out of New York, and it was the Rangers announcers, and they were talking about Cooch and about how good he is, and they were talking about Vasi, how good he is. By the way, Vasi, like number one in so many different things, like so many different stats. He's number one.
He's great.
I feel like we don't appreciate him enough.
We do when we're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, we do, yeah. And they clinched the playoff berth, and the fact that they won last night, they may be moving up because they don't. Their options are playing against the Panthers or the Maple Leafs, I think, whatever.
Yeah.
And if they can get somebody else, it would be much better. So
it's like when you have a really good team for so long, you forget what it's like to have a horrible, crappy team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true.
The other thing that they pointed out that I did not realize, when did Cooch go in the draft? When was he drafted, do you think?
Not what year, what position?
Oh, like what number?
What number, yeah.
I don't even remember.
58th.
Yeah.
58th. There was 57 guys before him picked, and all of those teams must be going, oh, what were we thinking?
Yeah.
What did we miss
Like
here?
we didn't see that this guy is going to be one of the greatest players of all time. Wild.
Tony just texted me.
Yeah.
He said, don't forget to go to the sauna too before you leave. The sauna did not do for me what it does for other people. I did not appreciate the sauna.
It takes time.
Yeah, and you're once you did
No,
Ozempic once, and you're like, nope, not skinny.
No.
It's not working.
I didn't expect to walk out of the sauna and feel like I changed. I didn't enjoy it like people do. People go in there and they relax and they're like, oh, I'm gonna go sit in the sauna. It was 20 minutes of I can't wait to get out of here.
Right, but you have to build up a tolerance for it.
I don't. And Tony was melting next to me. He was the minute he got in there, his face started sweating, and I didn't sweat that much.
I'd rather have my own sauna alone. It seems like an alone thing, not like
you're homophobic.
Go with the guy thing.
I like to go to another guys and we could chit chat it up. But then when we went in there, there were so many other people in there, we couldn't chit chat it. I didn't want to be. So now I'm just going there with my headphones.
Like if I did, I'd want like the steam box, like Carmen's got.
No, you sit in that little cocoon.
Yeah.
I like it.
What are we talking about?
I have it outside too, so I have the little window and I just look at the trees.
Deer come up to you, talk to you. Rabbits jump over.
Birds come
Jump
in.
your horse over my bubble.
You realize you're talking about my backyard. My backyard is I've got the tortoise, the rabbit, the 2 dogs, and the deer all at the same time.
I'm pretty sure you guys should write a children's book.
It's unbelievable. I mean, it was when my kids were young. It was great during Christmas time to come home. Every night we drive home and there'd be 4 or 5 deer on our lawn. I go, oh, Santa was here.
Yeah,
the reindeer here. Yeah.
I'm amazed at how close. I'm eventually going to pick up a rabbit. Like
they don't run. They don't care.
It's unbelievable how
they're
close
not even afraid of the dogs.
Yeah,
it's insane. The dogs chase after him.
I wonder if that rabbit. So that rabbit is the same rabbit that is named now Andre.
Yeah.
And it's the same rabbit. I wonder if that was somebody's pet rabbit. You know what I mean? Like
that's why it's not afraid,
right? Yeah,
I think it would probably make more sense that it's a nature rabbit because it's so used to being around other animals and stuff that it doesn't feel threatened.
I had that video of I was out on the trail and there was like 6 deer and I walked as close as you and I are.
Oh, the deer,
and they were just like, hello.
Yeah, they don't care.
No big deal. I know that some of you have guns that will shoot us right in the face.
You look like a gentle soul.
I guess.
Hey, 6'7" guy, you look gentle.
We were at a campground and everybody they feed the deer, so they're not afraid of humans at all.
Well, that's the thing, yeah.
And a lot of people will feed deer around here and stuff.
Don't feed bears.
Yeah,
don't do that.
And that's why they're not afraid of humans.
People that are at campsites when bears come along and they go, "Get out of here! Go on, go." It's a bear.
If it's a little baby bear,
I don't care.
I know, but if it's a little baby bear, they yell at it to leave, and it'll leave. That's kind of what you're supposed to do. But you got to know that Mama Bear is right around the corner.
Have you ever seen little baby bear on the news with the lady and she's holding him because it looks like a little baby and stuff and everything, and it just bites onto her face and has needled sharp razor claws
you
and
don't
stuff?
pick a bear up.
Yeah.
If you live in that area, you're just used to that, I think. It's like us with alligators down here. You see an alligator, we're not like, No,
but I saw a guy who was kind of just like a drunk idiot, and they're like, Gary, stop, Gary. And he's like, come on, get out of here. And he's holding like a gate at a picnic area. And the bear goes walking over, and they're like, Gary, don't. And the bear just goes like this, slash, and just slashed his leg wide open. And it was like, yeah, dummy, it's still a wild animal.
I just always go back to the video of the bear in Pigeon Forge, and he gets in the hot tub, which is
yeah. My brother-in-law,
like at the cabin, and the bear gets into the hot tub, and people are inside
rolling
the cabin.
Around My brother-in-law has got him on the Ring doorbell all the time.
Yeah.
Bear's over there just looking around,
That's-
walking by.
I think it's normal as us seeing alligators down
I know,
here.
but we can avoid alligator.
Yeah.
A bear decides it wants to talk to you and be your friend. You have no choice.
And you're not outrunning a bear, and you're
Nope.
not out climbing a bear.
Nope.
You
Nope.
know, those
Nope.
are the two things that you think. Well, I'll just run. No,
Yeah,
they're
no.
super fast. Well, I'll climb this tree. They can climb it so much faster than you.
Oh, can you imagine hearing the roar,
Oh.
that bear growl?
And just that hot, stinky breath in your face right before it eats you.
That's why I went to Shark Coast Tactical before I went to Georgia and got the bear rounds.
I saw a gun, and I don't know what it is, but man, you should get it. And you may know
I may have it.
you may know what it is. It's a gun that looks almost like you know how Desert Eagle is like a big, longer, you know.
Yes.
It looked like that, but it had one shotgun shell in there, but it was a handgun.
Yeah.
And it's not the Judge. The Judge is kind of like a rifle thing, right?
No, Judge is a handgun. Judge is a revolver.
Okay, well, it wasn't that, but it was like the shotgun shell went in the top of it.
Okay.
And the guy had a laser sight on it, and he shot a big watermelon from like, you know, I don't know, 20 feet away, whatever. And there was no
Viscera,
remnants
yeah.
of the watermelon. It was wild.
Yeah. I think I'm good on guns for a little while.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think
That's
so.
the only other gun I told you was the one from John Wick that we said you should definitely get.
One that shoots the flames. Which one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it shoots, but it like shoots some sort of giant, maybe a grenade or something,
Oh,
whatever. But it also has flames that come out of it. Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah. I have not seen the John Wick movie, and I feel like if I do, I'm gonna want a whole new bunch of guns.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now. If you do go to Japan, take John Wick and watch all the
Wait.
John Wicks. Well, I
Okay.
mean, you have enough
Wait.
long enough
you got
flight,
time,
whatever.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it'll be a good time.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, time to check in with Galvin. He's got today's news.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
What do we have in news today, Galvin?
Today's top story. Here's something you don't want to hear. China said it would, quote, fight to the end
Oh, boy.
and take countermeasures against the United States to safeguard its own interest after President Donald Trump threatened an additional 50% tariff on Chinese imports. The Commerce Ministry said the U.S.'s imposition of so-called reciprocal tariffs on China is completely groundless and is a typical unilateral bullying practice. China, the world's second largest economy, has announced retaliatory tariffs, and the ministry hinted in its latest statement that more may be coming. The U.S. Threat to escalate tariffs on China is a mistake on top of mistake, and once again exposes the blackmailing nature of U.S. China will never accept this. If U.S. insists on its way, China will fight to the end.
Gio, can you look up what is our number one import from China? I mean, I imagine fireworks, right?
Probably.
I would say
Silicon
sweet and sour
chips.
chicken.
Maybe you would.
Wait.
What is it?
Silicon chips, maybe.
Probably.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about all that stuff. I was just thinking like Temu.
I was gonna say Jackie Chan.
I don't know if he's Chinese. Is he Chinese?
Yeah, Jackie
Oh,
Chan's Chinese.
okay.
Come on.
I could do without Jackie Chan.
He's coming back. He's got the
new
Legends.
Karate Kid.
Karate
Yeah,
Kid Legends.
It's mainly electronics, laptops,
that's not good.
smartphones,
That's not good.
iPhones,
Yeah.
Going back to notebooks.
microchips, all that kind of stuff.
Oh boy.
Jackie Chan. He does Chinese martial arts, and he's from Hong Kong.
Oh,
Thank you.
You see the trailer for the new Karate Kid with
The
Jackie?
Legends.
Yeah,
one?
Legends. Yeah,
It actually looks pretty good.
it does.
But what is there's no Miyagi.
No Miyagi.
No, Daniel LaRusso takes over the Miyagi role, where he's because Miyagi taught him, so now he's doing
I guess Jackie Chan's character knew Miyagi
Yeah.
right.
and then seeks out to train a new Karate Kid like Miyagi,
Right.
and that's how he finds Daniel LaRusso.
Oh.
And Daniel LaRusso then goes, I think, to New York to help train this new kid in the Miyagi way.
Has to give him the headband.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow.
At first, it looked horrible, but then I saw the latest trailer that came out like a week or two ago,
You're right.
and I was like, oh, this actually looks pretty good.
Is Johnny in it?
I didn't see Johnny.
Do they get him a body bag?
No.
I'm out.
I think it's just Daniel LaRusso.
Wow. It's weird because Ralph Macchio is such a likable guy, but he's such a feeble fighter.
Yeah.
Like, there's no time did you look at it and think I couldn't kick this kid's ass,
No. But
even with his little crane kick.
I think originally, though, that was the idea, like
I
of,
know,
the, of
but-
the show. Or
But
the
I feel
movie.
like by the end of it, he should have ninja skills, and he didn't. All he knew how to do was sand the deck.
When he's like 50, he's been training since he was 12.
Right, he should be
yeah.
a samurai by now.
You should move a little bit better.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Now you have other masters like seeking out his wisdom.
Have you ever seen? There's a clip of two guys, and it's so funny. They obviously do like sketch stuff, and it says whenever they cast actors that aren't athletic in athletic roles, and he's like, I can't believe my girlfriend's pregnant, and then he has a football and he goes and throws it like the worst ever. And he goes, the coach said I can't play on the team if I don't pass a test. It's so funny because I mean you see that one of the worst ever is Kenny Powers throwing a baseball.
Oh yeah,
he throws so bad it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
They have to cut to somebody else doing it. Oh, it's funny. The Supreme Court on Monday allowed the Trump administration to use an 18th century wartime law to deport Venezuelan immigrants, but said that they must get a court hearing before they're taken from the United States. In a bitterly divided decision, the court said that the administration must give Venezuelans who it claims are gang members reasonable time to go to court. But the conservative majority said the legal changes must take place in Texas instead of Washington courtroom. The court's action appears to bar the administration from immediately resuming the flights that last month carried hundreds of migrants to a notorious prison in El Salvador. The flights came soon after President Donald Trump invoked an Alien Enemies Act for the first time since World War II to justify the deportations under a presidential proclamation. The majority said nothing about those flights, which took off without providing the hearing the justices now say is necessary.
So have been some examples of people who got caught up in that and were sent back that didn't necessarily deserve to be.
Yeah.
And I think that is the stuff that does need to be vetted a little bit better. I watched the thing on the news the other day. A lot of the evidence, besides a criminal history, a lot of the evidence that they're gang members. Do you know how they're judging whether or not they're gang members?
Tattoos.
Yeah. And there's some people going, I just got tattoos. I don't like. I have a pocket watch tattoo. What if that became a gang symbol now?
Yeah.
Now I got a gang symbol on me. I didn't do it on purpose. I just wanted a pocket watch.
Yeah.
Well,
so
the one guy, they said it was a clerical error that got him picked up.
Right.
But then he was in a gang. But then half people say he's not in a gang.
But what if he was in a gang when he came here and all of a sudden he's like in his 20s now and he's like, yeah, I'm not a gang anymore.
The one dude has a family and children who are all
and they yoked him up.
And they took him out of here.
Yeah.
And now he's in the prison. But you don't know who to believe because one side says he wasn't in a gang. The other side said he was not in a gang.
Oh, that's tough, man. No, that's why you need to have due process with these people. Look, I get it.
Yeah.
Round them all up and trash them. But if you're bringing in innocent people also, you have to make sure that they're all being vetted correctly. You can't just start scooping them up because of their tattoos and an alleged criminal record. And how much of a criminal record is it taking for you to get deported? You got a bar fight when you were 19 years old. Is that enough to get you kicked out?
They're saying it should be zero tolerance for anything.
That's zero tolerances. I mean, how many of us have zero tolerance? Have zero records?
Yeah, I just think if you're gonna kick someone out of the country, you got to be sure that you got the information.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
but it's also, listen, I think it's absolutely wrong, but it's also collateral damage. It's just like whenever they bomb things and stuff and they're like, yeah, we're going for this guy. We killed 100 other people that were completely innocent,
right.
but we did that. But that seems to be
But yoking a guy out away from his family that didn't do anything and has nothing to do with anything. I'm not saying they shouldn't be sending.
Is that worse than sending a bomb to his face?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, I'm not saying they shouldn't get rid of all these people. What I'm saying is they need to have a better process to make sure they're not grabbing the innocent people, in the process just because they're immigrants.
Yeah, no, I get it. But we'll see. So now they're going to have some hearings. And
It does look nice when they're shaving their heads and they're pushing them down the stairs in the airplane. They're like, yeah, we got control of this one.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's going to bite us in the ass. Like, you ever see like when there's like a famous cop or whatever and he goes to jail for some reason, he gets set up like in a movie as the cop who's put away all these bad criminals, and then for some reason he has to go to jail, and all those criminals in there are mad. I feel like all those criminals are mad at us now.
I always think of like Face Off.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm just thinking we're creating a whole nother army of people that don't like us now.
Yeah.
Just like Mike said, The University of Florida won its third men's basketball title last night, snapping a 13-year drought for the SEC. Did you say that? I don't
remember saying it. People were texting me through social media saying you called it. I'll show you. I said called what? I had no idea what you were talking about.
I remember you saying Duke was going to win, and when it was down to 4, and I said, yeah, well, they're the odds-on favorite. And then they wound up losing.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I don't know.
Did you see Houston when they won? They would not let Hakeem Olajuwon on the court to go celebrate with the team.
Yeah. Oh, really? He's like security held him back?
Yeah, they held him back.
You couldn't figure out that was the king
they knew.
The dream?
They knew, and they still wouldn't let him on the court. And the one guy is like, I know, but I can't. He was holding it. It was pretty embarrassing.
Interesting thing about Auburn, which is, I believe where Barkley went, was Auburn, whenever they were going off the court after they lost, he was shaking everybody's hand, and they were like, look at Charles Barkley. He's so nice. He's shaking everybody's hand. But he only he shook hands with the players and like staff members and stuff. No women though.
Oh, really?
It was so funny. Weird. I don't know whether anybody noticed that. Whatever. Like he'd shake hands, and then a girl would go by, and then he'd shake hands. This guy, some guy that was carrying the towels. He shook his hand.
You may get to the point where you're like, I'm so worried, I'm not even shaking women's hands anymore. Yeah.
Well, at the end of the season, featuring a handful of dominant teams, one school and one conference stood above the rest. The Gators beat Houston 65-63 last night, thanks to a comeback from down double digits in the second half. They were down by 10 points. I think that the Gators only had the lead for like 40-some seconds.
Yeah, it was only at the end.
It was at the very end, and it was crazy the way it ended. Here's the final call. Take a listen. It's 65-63. Houston has the ball. They inbound it. It looked like they had zero plan on what to do. The Gators had good defense and stuff. Pass. This guy gets it, goes up. There's a guy right in his face. So he's coming back down, and if he comes back down and lands, that's a travel, whatever. So he drops it, but he can't touch it again.
Yeah.
Oh, so they just
so he goes like this. Yeah, he goes like this, and the Houston guy grabs it, and then it's over.
I think
didn't even get a shot off.
No, I think they had like 14 seconds too when that happened.
Yeah, when that happened,
which in basketball is a long time.
Yeah.
It seemed like they did not have a play ready at all.
No.
Like they didn't know what they were going to do. It was just like, hey, pass it around, somebody shoot it.
That was a total like choke job all the way to the end.
It really was
because
they were up by 10.
Yeah, and there it was like turnover, just dumb play
and low scoring too. 65-63. Pretty low scoring game. The college is usually a little bit lower. But yeah, so congratulations to the Gators.
The whole tournament, the Gators came from behind a couple times to advance.
Yeah, that's what they did to advance, and they did it again. So they knew.
I don't have a school. I don't have like a FSU or a Gator or University of Miami or anything, so I don't care. Good for Florida.
Good for Florida.
One,
yeah, sure. So congratulations. Gio hates the Gators.
No, yeah, you can't help it.
79%, by the way, speaking of sports and stuff, 79% of Americans have placed or plan to place a sports bet, 79%, and 54% say they usually place multiple bets a year. Multiple bets a year.
I mean, you want to make sports more exciting. You want to watch the Final Four and be really excited about a last-minute basket. Put a couple of bucks on it.
Absolutely.
The thing also is that, and I think, Galvin, you've talked about this several times, is that if you're on Hard Rock Bet and you're placing, you don't have to bet $100. You don't have to bet $1,000. You can bet 5 times in one game. You can bet on different things. You can just bet small amounts.
Yeah. So there's different ways that it goes. Like, for instance, with the college basketball, they don't let you do player bets. They don't do player props. So you can bet the amount of points. You can bet on who's going to win. You can bet on different stuff like that. But obviously, with like the NBA, you can bet literally play by play.
Right.
Like who's going to score the next point, which team, what it's going to be. Is it going to be 2, 3? Are they going to get fouled? Like all that kind of stuff as the game goes on. Also, if you're betting $10 and you win $30, that's a great win.
Oh,
congratulations.
Yeah, you walked away with $30.
But that's the thing is everybody tries to go for, well, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this 14-way parlay and bet $5 and win, $1 million or something. You don't have to do that. If you do the straight bets and then you do a parlay also, if you win the straight bets, you're covering what you bet for the parlay.
Right.
So that works out a lot better. But.
The one dude from Barstool, Big Cat, he won $250,000 last night in Florida. Yeah. I forget what his initial, but he picked them at the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
I forget what his initial bet was, but he won $250,000.
Oh, that's right. Chad picked Florida, right, Carmen?
Yeah, he did. And
How'd
he
he
won
do?
like $150.
Nice.
Yeah.
Off of what, 10?
5.
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
He won Tony Hinchcliffe's Kill Tony salary in one night. Good for him. Good for him.
I didn't talk about it on air, but I texted Mike because I texted a few different people. I was watching UFC on Saturday, and I had a 6-bet parlay that I had 2 underdogs. I had one fight finishing under 2.5 rounds. I had this person winning, and then the final fight. So I won all 5 of them. The final fight, I had to have it go over 4.5 rounds. So it was a 5-round thing. So it had to be over 4.5 rounds. And I was like, oh my God, it's so close. And I bet, what was it, $10?
Yeah.
$10 to win over 1,000.
Mm.
And I was like, oh man, they're going to offer me a cash out. What's it going to be? They offered me $500 as a cash
On $10.
On $10. And I text Mike. Mike was sleeping. I text my brother. My brother goes, don't be greedy. I asked my son. I put up a poll, this and that and everything. Winds up. It went over 4.5 rounds.
Well,
I took the 5. I took the 5.
You won $500.
$10 to 500
Yeah.
is great. 1,000 would have been nice, whatever. But I took it. I was like, all right, that's you can't complain.
No.
$10 to 500.
No,
You can't
not
complain.
at all.
No.
Right before you're going on a cruise.
Right. Yeah. But also, whenever it does hit and you could have had 1,000, you're like, I could have had 1,000.
Carmen, are we gambling on the cruise? What are we doing?
I told you roulette is where you'll find me.
All
I'll
right.
play roulette with you.
Yeah. That's what I like to do. It's easy. You can't mess anyone up. Red, black.
Do you remember the one year I was winning everybody money on roulette?
Yeah.
It was so funny, Carmen. I had won so much. I said, I am done gambling because it's eventually going to turn. And people were like, but help me do it. And I go, all right. I go, you want to win $100? And they're like, yeah. And I go, all right, give me $100. I go, if I lose it though, you're screwed. You lose. No, don't complain to me. Yeah, fine. I'd go red, black, whichever one. And I won like 6 different people $100.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was wild. I just could not lose. And but eventually you're going to.
Yeah.
So I looked it up. It says that in order to gamble in the casino, you only have to be 18.
Mhm.
I didn't know that, so that's good. My son could actually play this.
Yeah.
year.
Has he played? Does he know how to play blackjack or any of this
Yeah,
stuff?
but he-
3 cards, simple.
He
you know?
still gets a little nervous on it, but I'll play roulette with him. Like he could pick the numbers.
Yeah, Steve, one of the listeners, he was like, I always hear you talking about 3 card. He goes, can I play next year?
Oh,
I go,
yeah.
absolutely.
It doesn't affect other people's cards.
It doesn't
so-
affect other people's cards. You can explain as you go. The dealer tells you whether you won or not if you really have no idea. But it's it's easy to do.
Listen to me. I'm gonna tell you right now. When we go on this cruise, we love hanging out with the people. That's why we do. We've done 18 of these cruises, and the idea is to go out and get drunk and hang out and have a good time with you guys. Except when we're gambling.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But nothing's worse than I just lose $300 in one hand, and some guy will come up and slap me on the back. Hey man, how's your cruise going? That's awesome. Thank you.
Or just hovering
Yeah.
while you're losing. It's your fault.
Now, I will
yes.
say Johnny B, someone who was like a poker dealer,
Yeah.
a poker player, really good poker player, he said he does not gamble in the casino because they don't play poker the way he knows how to win poker.
Yeah, so there's
Yeah.
different ones. There's different poker. So many different games that they have under the poker umbrella and stuff. So yeah, he may not. But I'll tell you, when you used to do the poker night over at Hard Rock,
Yeah.
I'd go sometimes, and Johnny and I were sitting there, and Johnny was literally telling me what people had in their hands,
Yeah.
and then he'd be like, "That guy got a 3, that guy got that," and I'm like, "How do you know this?" But he was getting it
Yeah.
right.
You
He was getting it right.
You sit there 40 hours a week dealing poker. I'm sure you catch on.
Yeah, and it's all mathematics. I mean, if you
Yeah.
figure that stuff out, that's why people with math degrees are usually the best, poker players.
I'm looking on the app for the cruise, and like they have where you can learn to play, and you
Sure.
go into the casino like it's like in the afternoon.
Yeah, and they teach you. how to
And
play.
you can play the game, and they'll show you how to play with like fake money and stuff, and
Right.
explain what to do.
That's worth it.
Yeah,
Even for
so-
blackjack, if you think you know how to play blackjack, maybe go get a refresher.
Yeah, so if you're going to the cruise, you know how to play. Look that up on your app, and you can go, and they will give you money and teach you the games before the casino actually opens.
They do tournaments too, where if you get like free play or do whatever,
Yeah.
and then they do tournaments, and you can win some good money. It's fun, yeah. For sure. By the way, speaking of money, we're always talking about life-changing money and how much millions and billions and all that stuff. And we talked about if it was days, how long it would be. If you had $1 billion,
Yes.
$1 billion,
That would be life changing.
and you spent $1,000 a day, it would take you how long to spend that $1 billion? Just a wild
I
guess.
couldn't even.
Just
Oh,
$1,000.
$1,000 a day, $1 billion. How long would it take you to spend that $1 billion? $1,000 per day Gio.
25 years.
25
50
years.
years.
50 years.
15 years.
15 years. Carmen.
100 years.
2,749 years.
Jeez.
2,749 years for $1 billion. How much does Elon Musk have?
209 billion. That's insane.
Is
Yeah.
that crazy? But I mean, I wouldn't have guessed anything more than you guys. But 25 years, that's so low. You can't even comprehend $1 billion.
I had to when Elon Musk bought Twitter for how much did he buy it for?
40 billion or something.
Something, yeah.
41 billion.
39
billion.
Yeah.
And I was like, who would spend that kind of money on something? That's ridiculous. A guy who has $200 billion.
Yeah.
When you have that type of wealth, it's not even money. It's to me, I'd imagine that monetarily, it's not even an option. You don't even think about what things cost or what. It's just you just do what you want to do.
But you're spending a quarter of your net worth.
Yeah,
It was 44 billion.
$44 billion.
But then you make it right back.
I would sell one of my children for $44 billion.
Yeah,
The older one.
like I think there comes a point where you don't even think about what things cost.
By the way, how much did you say Elon had?
209 million.
362 billion.
Oh,
Yeah.
he
And they said he's down right now. He's lost like a couple hundred billion.
Yeah.
362 billion. He had over $400 billion, and he sold the other one for 44. So now he's got 362.
Yeah.
But you're right. You don't even
You don't
feel
even think
that.
about it.
Yeah.
It's not even. You're just wealth.
In a new survey, 77% of people say digital clutter negatively impacts their life. Digital clutter is how many emails do you have that's unread? How many text messages, all that stuff. It says the average person has over 1,000 unread emails, 12 unread text, and 17 unread social media notifications.
I've got that all beat by a mile.
Yeah.
Right now I have 113,000 unread emails,
Oh my God.
124 unread texts, 186 missed phone calls, and yeah, that looks about it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot of spam
Yeah,
over years.
Yeah, I did a pretty good job at filtering my spam.
Yeah, I've been
So-
trying to get rid of stuff, but
Yeah, I did a pretty good job at that. But I mean, a lot of times I'm losing. Like I'm looking at right now, my Florida wildlife fishing license is going in my junk for some reason. You know what I mean? Like it's what you can't throw everything to junk. There's a Stingray Chevrolet in there. You know?
By the way, AOL Wizard, I need you to show me how to get back into my AOL so I can just cancel it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, figure something out. Does your job require a high tolerance for being yelled at?
Yes.
yes.
Joe, yes. Gio says yes.
Yes.
Who yells at you?
Everyone.
Not me.
No, I didn't say you, Mike.
But I'm the only one that matters.
You're yelling at him right now.
right.
You literally are yelling. You literally yelled. Who yells at
Who
you?
yells at you? I don't yell at you.
I don't think so.
You think that I yell at Joe?
No, I don't think so.
I've heard you yell at Joe. I yell at Joe. I can
Yes.
fully admit that I yell
Yes.
at Joe. But
Gio
he's
yells
awful.
at me all the
Gio
time.
yell. Gio, I would say Gio's more of an insulting. Throws insults. at
I'm
you
more
than-
yelling out of frustration.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't yell. I don't yell at anyone.
Oh, sweet baby over here.
Yeah.
I don't yell.
I'm just a gentle soul.
sweet.
I'm just a gentle
Yeah,
soul.
let me give you little belly kisses. I don't yell.
That I hold Joe.
Who
in my-
yells at you?
I cradle Joe. I cradle Joe.
Mhm.
Thank you, Mike.
Mhm.
Very
Yep.
comforting. I appreciate
The top jobs that include being yelled at is teachers. Your wife get yelled at a lot?
Yes.
Yeah, crazy. Cops.
Oh,
Yeah.
Listen, right now, I don't care what your stance is on cops. Cops, thank you for everything you do.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's cops that are little jerks. Sometimes they're this, that, whatever. But I can't imagine having a gun right there with training on how to use
Yeah.
it and going, get your hands off me.
Yeah.
I'm not doing a bang, 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 bang. I mean, it's crazy.
I'm going to tell you for the last time to get out of the
Oh,
car.
my God. I know my rights.
Yeah.
I don't have to have a driver's license.
Am I
Yeah.
being detained? Am I being detained?
What is your reasonable articulation for pulling me over?
Teachers, cops get yelled at a lot. Referees get
Oh,
yelled at a
yeah.
lot.
Referees, I
Sport
feel
the
like
judges.
referees. Referees, I feel like it's part of the job. You know
No.
you're
But
gonna
it-
get. Yeah,
but
you're
you
gonna
know-
know
It's a
you're
kid.
gonna.
It's a child.
Also-
show.
No, I'm not talking about for children.
Also, do you know how many referees are doing it voluntarily? Like they're just
Yeah, I was thinking professional referees. I'm thinking like you put yourself in a position you're making the judgment call. You got to be prepared for it.
How many times though? And I can admit that it's been a million times for me where I go, "What are you talking about?" The word, and then they show replay, and I go, "I guess I'm still right."
a lot. Yeah, but that's why you got to, that's part of the job.
Sometimes these soccer games, kids' soccer games, you'll see these parents just screaming at the referees, losing their goddamn mind, and they don't know the rule that they're bitching about.
100% wrong.
It's
100%
crazy.
wrong. I played soccer my entire life growing up. I know every rule in soccer, and I remember watching my son, and a guy in a suit was yelling at the referee, and he was yelling, and he turned to me and he goes, "Right?" And I go, "No, you're wrong." He was completely wrong.
And my wife does it all the time. She'll be like, "That was totally in with the ball," and I go, "That was out by a mile." It's just, I get to the game like when my daughter played softball. I got there early, and I watched the parents get on the field, grab the machine, make the lines to the bases. Then they will clean the plate off, and then some guy will come in, and this is during or right after dinner time, and he'll be the referee for balls and strikes on a 9-year-old girl's softball. And that guy, if he was getting paid, is getting $10-15. And if you can't respect that, you don't deserve to be there. I mean, those people, I'm telling you right now, I feel this. The people that are doing the job that I don't want to do are the people that I respect the most. The ones that'll go out there and make the lines and do all this. I don't do anything. I just go there and I sit there. So how dare I open my mouth to any of those people?
Some of the other people getting yelled at, healthcare workers. Healthcare workers get yelled at a lot.
A lot of times they're dumb. Yeah,
but it's also they're getting yelled at because of the bill, and it's like, I'm a nurse. I'm not the one who made the price.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I wasn't talking about nurses. Nurses, yeah. I'm talking about like
administrative.
Like
the people that answer
like
the
you ever
phones
go to give blood. Like the people always work behind the maybe give blood is not the best thing. Like
no, but I know what you're talking about.
Testing.
They really probably shouldn't be dealing with people.
The people, yeah. They're not the best people.
Line cooks get yelled at
that's
a lot.
part of the job too.
Yeah.
We're under intense pressure to get the food out.
Okay, yes, chef.
Yeah,
Yes, chef.
And of course, customer service. Customer service.
That's also your job. You're there to serve.
A 26-year-old guy, God, you don't have enough stuff to worry about. You got to worry about this. A 26-year-old guy in China almost died from a neck massage because it was too firm, and the masseuse accidentally ripped an artery leading to his brain, and he had a stroke. Luckily,
I have to tell you, I would like to get a massage from her.
Luckily, they got the person to the ER in time and made a full recovery.
Ooh, I wonder what she could do for lower back.
That's why I will not go to a chiropractor. I'm terrified of a chiropractor because I think they're going to break my neck.
They're not. I mean,
I don't know.
My friend Bill does a good job.
But Bill is somebody who knows what he's doing. Right. I would think that there's a lot of chiropractors that may not know, didn't pay attention as much, and didn't learn about snapping arteries and all kind of stuff.
You ever watch that guy that does it on the dogs?
Yeah, I don't like that.
No. Why?
You don't know if the dog liked it.
If the dog didn't like it, you would know.
No, I don't know.
It doesn't seem.
The dog always goes, "Ooh." The dog always has it look like what just happened after
I still don't trust. I would not let somebody do that to my dog. No way.
Well, your little Pomeranian or whatever you have.
Thousands of years, dogs have lived without having chiropractors. I don't think we need to start now.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you had a dog that had like a hip problem and was, limping and doing that, and the chiropractor did something, and the dog was like running around and happy.
Yeah.
Great. That's great. But I don't know how often that happens.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're just decompressing. They're just letting some air in the joints.
I don't know. I think just pet the ears. You're fine. I think that's the way to go.
Yeah, that might be it.
I have a hot or not for you guys.
Oh, good.
Yes. So this is a 31-year-old woman named Akina Sampson.
Akina.
Yeah.
Not hot.
She was working at a McDonald's in Florida when she saw a teenage girl walk behind the counter to grab some of her own ranch dipping sauce.
Okay.
So she was like, I'll get it myself.
Don't break the plane.
The girl later said she did it because she was being ignored by staff. So she was like, I need some ranch. Akina flipped out and grabbed the girl's arm. And when the girl tried to break free, Akina allegedly grabbed her neck and took her to the ground and choked her again while they were on the floor. Someone called the cops. The investigation was pretty cut and dry. The altercation was caught on video, and the victim had visible injuries to her neck and elbow.
Wait a second. If it's cut and dry, why is Akina in trouble?
Because you're assaulting someone. Yeah.
You can't. So they were stealing.
One, it's not really stealing.
They went.
Go ahead.
They went behind the counter
Mm-hmm.
and they were taking something that wasn't theirs.
If you order nuggets, it comes with sauce.
Right.
And she didn't get sauce, so
Okay,
she
so
wanted
then
sauce.
you're not. So if you can't. You don't have the right to just walk into my kitchen and take stuff.
But also, what trumps that is you can't use physical violence against that person.
You can stop them from trespassing.
No. Not an employee
So
at
I
McDonald's.
could. You're telling me I can just walk into McDonald's this afternoon and walk back there. I can buy nuggets.
Yep.
And decide I want a different sauce and just go back and get my own sauce.
And if you walk back there and somebody choke slams you, you could have charges against them.
She
may have got charged for going back there and doing that stuff, whatever it doesn't say in the story. But I see what you're saying.
So
yeah.
I'm allowed to just loiter in the McDonald's kitchen.
No, you shouldn't be. She shouldn't have gone back there.
Right, but nobody can physically remove me besides the police officer.
I don't think that's no. I mean, if you're threatening or doing something like that, I don't even know whether employees think about it. Like employees get fired all the time for doing that type of stuff.
I'm telling you
and
right
get
now,
in trouble.
If I'm there and somebody is getting handsy with the counter and it's my counter, I'm taking them out. I'm taking them. I'm pushing them
and
away.
you may go to jail.
Yeah. Well, I got to tell you, I would make Akina Employee of the Month.
Well, she's hot or not is what she is.
Yep.
31-year-old. She's Akina Sampson. She works at McDonald's in Florida, and she choke slammed a teenage girl for trying to get some sauce. Mike Calta, hot or not?
Mm-hmm. No way.
You say no way.
No way. She's not hot.
Not hot. All right, Gio, what do you think?
Akina Matata, hothead, working McDonald's, slamming teenagers. No way she hot.
No way.
No way.
All right, Carmen, what do you got?
I can't remember ever seeing someone hot working at McDonald's.
That's not true.
I worked at McDonald's, and a lot of people said I was hot.
You
Carmen,
are proof of my point.
I had one the other day. I was going through with the girls, and I was like, "This may be the best fast food worker I'd ever seen in my life."
I am such in a frenzy of wanting my food that I don't even look at what they look like.
Yeah, there were hot girls when I worked at the McDonald's.
Yeah,
but I was like 16.
Yeah, it's a thing. You thought they were hot.
They're probably all.
Yeah.
So Carmen, you're saying
not hot.
Not hot. So everybody unanimous on not hot. You can check out Bone TV. Check out your phones.
Yep.
That is Florida Evans.
Yeah, that is a short-haired black woman.
Yeah, that is not
good.
That is
a bitch who is not going to let you take her ranch. So
no way.
Yeah.
No way. You ain't no way you taking my
Not
ranch.
my ranch. The white girl coming back here. Crazy.
Get your hands off my ranch.
Today is, and I got to tell you, I love these, National Empanada Day.
Okay.
I'm a fan.
I'm a huge fan.
Yep.
Mr. Empanada, you got it down. You
Yeah.
figured it out.
Yep.
Even
Where-
the dessert ones.
Where's that at though?
There's one in the Carrollwood Shopping Center right there.
All right.
I don't know where the other ones are, whatever. But
I've
I'll
always had them, but it's been catered.
Yeah,
from-
somebody brings them.
I couldn't tell you where the locations
I
are
could
at.
go for some Mr.
Yeah,
Empanada
yeah.
right now.
I got to tell you, just straight up beef and cheese, man. So good. So good.
Yeah.
I mean, they're terrible
that's-
for you.
There's
but-
nothing I want more than right now. Than beef empanada.
But do you want to dip it in ranch?
I don't care.
Gotta get yourself.
I'll fight a Kina for it.
Did you break yesterday as well?
Oh, it's ruined. For the whole
Oh!
Wow.
I told you, take April off.
No.
cruise. Just through the cruise. But
We're
I
not
mean,
on the cruise yet.
I
You
did.
guys are bad influences.
Oh no, I did.
Does Bobby know?
No. I mean, he knows
I'm
now
telling him.
probably.
Yeah.
I'm telling him.
What happened yesterday?
What happened was my son took my daughter somewhere yesterday after school.
Mm-hmm.
So I said to my wife, "It's just you and I. Do you want to go out to dinner?"
Mm.
And she said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay." So we went out to dinner, and I knew the entire time we were eating, I knew this was going to come up because we were so close to it. And she said, "Do you want to go to Twisty Treat?"
Oh.
I said, "It's. I mean, it's
First
so close."
off, where'd you go to dinner?
A sushi place.
Oh, sushi.
Yeah,
not
sushi wasn't so bad.
terrible.
No, it
Yeah.
wasn't so bad. It wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
And then we went to Twisty Treat. Twisty Treat ice cream is so good and so thick that I couldn't run the spoon through it. It kept bending my spoon. That's how good it was. Yes, I am off the rails right now.
Oh,
but
And you were with your wife?
yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. So she's also.
She's the one who said Twisty
enabling
Treat.
you.
She's
Yeah.
at Twisty Treat because she knows I'm going on the cruise this week. There's no way I'm not going to drink on the cruise. What?
I mean, I say
roll.
just take April off
No,
and then start training for the 5K.
You
First of
basically
all-
already have taken April off.
No, that's not true. It's only the middle of April, and I've only had a really bad week. Okay, I'm going to be back in action.
When was the last time you walked?
Oh no, not this.
Oh,
week.
no. You're not doing the 5K
No
either.
way.
No. I am doing the 5K. Oh yeah.
I'm going to build
You're
a
out.
device that has Twisty Treat in front of you on a string.
A Amanda said she was going to run the 5K, and I go, well, what about me? And she's like, you want me to walk with you? I was like, no, I guess you could run it if you want.
Oh man.
You have enough people
I
walking
said
with
there'll
you.
be plenty of other fat people walking.
And Jelly Roll is gonna just lap
You
you.
shut your
He's gonna
mouth.
be so far ahead.
Gio, are you
Oh.
trying to run or are you walking?
I'm probably gonna try both.
You are?
Yeah.
Do a little jog walk?
Probably half and half. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, I'll do that with you.
Joe,
All right.
Yes.
7 paces before I walk.
you doing the pap walk or are you gonna?
I'm gonna do pap walk and then some running.
Little
I'm
jog?
just gonna keep up with Sugar Pants. She's got bad knees, so it'll hold me back.
Another
a
one
little
with loose knees?
bit. Yeah.
I feel like I want to start running the beginning, then walk, and then when I get close to the end, run again, so it looks like I ran the whole time.
Gotcha.
Can I give you some advice from a guy who's done a few different races? Start slow, stay slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're amped up and it's a race and everybody's going and stuff.
Excited.
Yeah, and you may have a pace that you think you're gonna be able to run at, and then you start running faster because you want to get past this person. Just go slow. Nobody's timing you. I mean, they're timing you,
Yeah,
but nobody's gonna be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it." It's
You're
a
not
5K.
winning anything.
Oh,
Exactly.
I'll tell you. I'm telling you right now. If you go to our links in our Instagram at the Mike Calta Show, you'll see in the stories there's a link to get a Team Calta T-shirt if you want to do that. I will be there and I will be walking the entire 5K. I can't see me running. If I do, I'm going to run 10 paces and be like, "Oh, I'm good." So for you walkers that want to walk, this guy will be walking with you.
Now, are
Yes.
our 5K t-shirts in the mail?
No, I have.
Or-
I'm going to get yours delivered here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so I talked about tie-dyeing it
Right.
since it's white.
As soon as it
And-
comes in, as soon as I get him from Elliot, I'll bring him to you and you can do it.
Okay, thank you. Well, someone reached out and was like, I actually tie-dye shirts.
Oh.
Like, I actually have a shirt
Oh.
thing. He was like,
Oh.
I would love to tie-dye your shirt for you.
Okay.
And I was like, well, but my thing is like, I kind of wanted to do it myself just because I like doing projects. But then I was like, I know he would make it look so cool.
I might have ordered
like,
some
way
extra
better.
shirts, Carmen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, not to take anything away from this guy, like I tie-dye shirts is kind of like I brush my teeth. Like anybody can do
Yeah.
that. It doesn't.
Yeah,
seem
but
like
some people do it in like designs.
They
and
do
stuff.
designs,
I
yeah,
saw
they
a
make
guy
Yeah,
tie-dye.
pictures.
but it's also not hard.
yeah.
No, but I saw a guy tie-dye a dragon into a shirt the other day. That's pretty
Okay,
hard.
if you can do that,
Yeah.
then I'm
Yeah.
impressed.
Like he
Otherwise, it's
like-
like I dye eggs.
Tie dye,
No.
they do it like school, like the elementary schools.
Yeah,
do
Yeah, but
tie
this
dye.
guy-
But it
bands
doesn't
around
look
it.
good.
this guy folded up the shirt and dyed it, and then when he unfolded it, there was a big dragon across the back, and I went,
Yeah.
all right, that's kind of hard to do.
You know what's super cool is whenever they dip stuff and they have the design on that floats on top, whatever,
Oh,
and they
yeah.
dip like a guitar or whatever, and they pull it
Yeah.
up slowly, and it has the
Sticks
design.
to
That's
it.
cool. By the way, you're a 2-time liar now.
Uh-oh.
2 different people are the same guy called twice. Instead, are you going to get the bigger shirts on there? It's still you can't.
Are you
order.
serious?
Yeah,
Oh
Come on,
man.
look at me.
it only goes up to 2XL.
I'm doing it right now
Yeah.
at 7:53 in the morning. I'm texting the guy.
Okay. Just
Sorry.
reminding you.
Sorry.
Because you gotta
Good morning.
less than a month. Less
All
than a
right,
month.
listen to me.
Hmm.
I just sent the text. As soon as he writes me back, I will have an answer. Sorry, and sorry to what's his name that calls in. The other guy.
Yeah, I don't know what his.
I know his name.
Good.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, do you want to? I was going to talk about Russell Brand stuff, and we have some audio and everything. Do you want to
We should
do
take a
that
break and come
after?
back. Yeah,
do you
yeah.
want to take a break now?
Yeah, because we're up against the clock.
Because we
That's
have
cool.
more news
Yeah,
stuff
we'll
as
come
well.
back. We'll finish news. We'll talk about Russell Brand. We
Russell
got a lot of
Brand.
things
Let's
to
get some
to.
food.
Oh.
You got
Empanadas.
empanadas?
Yeah.
Empanadas. All right, yeah, we'll take a quick break. We come back. We'll finish news. We'll talk about the Russell Brand stuff. Russell Brand, as you know, we've talked about it earlier on this show, earlier in the week, is being accused of sexual assault. And he, unlike most celebrities, when put in that position, is coming out and speaking about it, which is very difficult to do. If you're in a position of being accused of doing something, no matter how innocent you are, nobody wants you to talk.
Especially not your lawyers.
Your lawyers don't want you to say anything. It is, and trust me, having been in that position is the most frustrating thing, to be in a position of people questioning and talking about you and you not being able to defend yourself.
Especially when you're innocent.
When you're, Russell Brand came out and spoke. So we'll get to that also when we come back. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. First of all, Scott does mornings at Magic, one of our sister stations.
Open Mouth Sally.
Yeah, but we were just talking about him off the air. Not bad. And Gio said, well, when he does magic, and I go, he's a magician? I was being serious. I thought that's what you meant. That wasn't the stuff we can't say. There was worse. It was not about him, but it was much worse.
Bill Nye, the weather asshole.
Oh, my God.
Oh yeah.
So Channel 10 is on,
Oh,
and Amanda Pappas is not there. So Channel 10's dead to us.
yeah.
And the guy who has that's doing the weather has a bow tie on, and Galvin goes, "Look at Bill Nye the weather asshole."
Look at him. He's the opposite. He's the opposite of Amanda Pappas.
He is Bill Nye the weather asshole. That's who that guy is.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
my god, that poor guy. He didn't do nothing.
He's like, this is my big break.
He
Yeah.
did do something. He woke up and he chose a bow tie.
I'm not mad at bow ties.
No.
Yeah.
They don't look good on me.
No.
But I'm not mad at bow ties.
Nobody ever says, oh, cool bow tie.
No, and yeah, the colors and it's made out of wood. I don't care.
I feel like a bow tie is a very weatherman type
No.
neckerchief.
Listen to me. There's a few bow tie occasions. Bow tie tuxedo, bow tie. Bow tie professor, bow tie.
Tucker Carlson bow tie. He made his reputation on it.
Tucker Carlson, weird, but it works for him some reason. I don't even know how to describe it. I think it's because
Does it work for Bill Nye weather science guy?
yes,
So why wasn't it work for Bill Nye weather asshole?
because it just doesn't. It just
No.
doesn't.
Somebody should have stepped to the side. Hey, man, nuh-uh.
No.
I like
Bill
it.
Nye doing that is very much a character.
Yeah, it's kids.
Like him,
cartoon.
like him
Can I
wearing
tell
a
you-
lab coat and a bow tie. Like that's all part of his costume.
One of the biggest jerk offs who's ever been on this show.
Yeah.
Bill Nye the science guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
But-
all the years he's one of him and Dr. Judy, Judge Judy rather.
Yeah,
Are
yeah.
up there with the top 5 a-holes who've ever been on the show.
Yeah, there's just certain people that you're like, okay, I get that bow tie. It kind of works, whatever.
I would imagine Amanda Pappas is going somewhere local.
You think?
Because, well, I feel like if she was going somewhere national or to a different market, she would have announced it by now. But I feel like she probably has a non-compete and she can't say anything.
Maybe.
And she is traipsing around town, doing her stuff on her social media and hanging out with her mother and her hot friends and being in a bikini and all that, and doesn't look like she's phased by not having a job at all.
I imagine she's going big city.
Maybe,
you would think.
but
You would think
maybe,
that'd be a-
but then why wouldn't she come out and say to all my loyal fans, starting with the Mike Calta Show, I'm moving to Los Angeles?
Because maybe the person in Los Angeles doesn't know they're about to be fired yet.
Ooh,
Yeah,
man.
she may be under contract but can't say anything
Yeah.
yet. And one of those things. Yeah, it's one of those things.
I wish her the best.
By the way, Professor Jones, Indiana Jones, bow tie, totally fine. Tweed
Yes.
jacket, bow tie.
Yeah, it was the
Totally
40s.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. And it's a connection to past and all that stuff.
Plus, he was a doctor, Dr.
Right.
Jones.
Yeah,
Right.
makes sense.
I'm not mad at the bow tie. I know that I don't look good in a bow tie, but I'm not mad when I feel like nerdy guys pull off bow ties.
One more person, bow tie, vest, no shirt. Randy Rhoads, totally fine.
No shirt. Did he wear a bow tie with no shirt?
He wore a bow tie, no shirt.
I know he wore the
and a
vest.
vest.
Yeah.
and would rock out. Right.
When you have those kind of skills, you can
Randy
get away with
Rhoads
it.
was so good. Randy Rhoads died when he was like 24.
That's the
or
thing is that
something
he was
like
so young.
Yeah.
So you never know what could have come out of him earlier.
I heard Eddie Van Halen did not like him because he was so good.
Sure.
And people would talk about them in the same
Right,
breath. And he was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, this guy.
You know, I wonder. I don't know. I would think that for Eddie Van Halen, who will go down forever as the greatest guitar player of all time,
Yeah.
he doesn't seem like he had that kind of ego. Not that he didn't have an ego. He didn't have that kind of ego, like the greatest of all time ego. I don't know. I met him one time.
No.
I met him a couple of times, and he was super sweet and super nice, and like not what you'd expect the greatest of all time to be like.
Wasn't he like way out there on drugs though for several years?
Yeah. he
Drugs?
got- yeah.
Drugs.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I knew he was a big smoker.
Oh, no. He was whacked out on drugs.
Oh, really?
Like I
Yeah.
thought there was like a big intervention that came towards.
Because remember when he had like meth mouth going on?
Oh,
he
yeah.
had his hair up and he would
Yeah.
wear like those capri pants and stuff. Sammy said that they would be out touring and stuff. And he goes, and Eddie would play a song and we didn't know what he was playing and it wasn't on the set list.
Yeah.
And he would then fall into something. He goes, but he'd be playing it in the wrong key. And Michael and Alex would start playing it and then, trying to do it.
Catch up with him.
Yeah, he goes, it was wild. But it's also the greatest guitar player of all time. Do you say, hey, you're playing that in the wrong key?
No,
You're like, what are you
trying
doing?
to keep up with him.
Yeah.
My dad just texted me, chiming in. Pee Wee Herman. bow
Pee Wee
tie.
Herman
Oh,
bow
Pee Wee
tie.
Herman bow tie.
Jerry Lewis bow tie.
Yeah.
But that's also costume character. That's
True.
the thing, and it totally works.
Charlie McCarthy bow tie.
Charlie McCarthy. It was a doll. All right, so back into the news stuff. Russell Brand is being sued for sexual assault on an alleged incident on Arthur. He's got a few different things, but this one is alleged incident on Arthur movie set, and the studio behind the film is offering to turn over unseen footage from the production. Warner Brothers Discovery told a court that the company is ready to hand over all the outtakes from Arthur as part of the civil sexual assault case against Russell in New York. According to the Times of London, a woman sued Russell Brand and Warner Brothers in 2023, claiming that Brand exposed his penis to her on set and then sexually assaulted her in the bathroom on the same day of filming.
So in my mind, what I hear is that he flashed himself to her, and then when they were alone, he tried to force himself to have sex with her. That's what I hear when you say that. Now, what the truth is,
that's the allegation.
But I mean, is it, or did she accidentally see him while he was getting changed? Was
no,
he walking
I'm saying
around
that's the allegation.
Right. I'm trying to figure out what the real story is. I'm not saying he didn't do this. I don't know Russell Brand, and we weren't there. But it seems to me that when did she launch this lawsuit?
This 2023.
Why so long after it happens?
I don't know.
What? But that is my number one thing that I don't understand is why people would wait so long, and then when.
Well, it's interesting because Russell Brand came out and was talking about this, and he addresses some of those things because I brought up the other day about Russell Brand. Known for being a drug addict. He was a drug addict and he had a lot of problems and stuff. He addresses that as well.
Yes.
So here is...
and this is, again, we said this before the break, but if you're just joining us, this is something that I think is very interesting. Anytime there is a celebrity or somebody of public notice into one of these situations, and they are being... Here I am. I'm a TV weather guy. We'll just say that. And I am being accused of something. The number one thing that I want to get on there, especially if it's not true, and say, I didn't do this. In fact, I wasn't even at this club, or I didn't even hang out with this woman or this guy or whatever the situation is. But the lawyers and all the people involved tell you the best thing to do is to keep your mouth shut and wait. So the frustrating thing is, you know you're innocent. You know that there's a side to be told, and you can't do anything. You don't say anything. And a lot of times, public opinion is made in those decisions. Well, he's not even saying anything. He's not even defending himself. And that's when we make an opinion of what's going on. Russell Brand got out right in front of it, ahead of it, probably like Galvin said, against his lawyer's wishes, and addressed this stuff yesterday.
So here's the audio, and it's edited down. It was quite rambling, as he usually does. Yeah, so it's a little bit edited, but it makes us a few different points in here. Take a listen. Here we go.
Hello there, you awakening wonders. Thanks for joining me today for Stay Free with Russell Brand. And how long will I be free for? And I'm going to address as best I can the charges of sexual assault and rape in the UK that have been made against me. What I feel when looking at it with my heart as open as I can manage is that knowing that there are people that to whatever degree and for whatever reason willing to participate in a venture of this nature means that I recognize that I must have in some ways caused harm. In those Gideon hedonistic days, those ludicrous dark days, when I was in that world, I must have been captured by a kind of darkness. But remember, for 22 and a half years, I've been drug and alcohol free, and I have a pretty good memory of accounts. And I also know that I am a person that very much respects the idea of consent. And I pray that over the coming months, when I participate with full volition and total cooperation in any legal inquiry, we'll get to see how the justice system operates in the United Kingdom. The allegations, just so you know, the charges, in fact, relate to events between 1999 and 2004. You probably won't even have heard of me until, I don't know, 2005, 2006. You know, so it means that when you heard of me, these things are already alleged to have taken place. So all the time that I was married to Katy Perry, all the time that the Me Too movement was happening, all the time, remember when I was talking openly about the coronavirus and the corruption during the coronavirus era? It's interesting to me that once I was on the radar of the deep state to look at alleged incidents, in my case, 20 years ago, 25 years ago. And by the way, I don't believe in that statute of limitations stuff. I think if someone committed a crime 20 years ago, 30 years ago, if a crime was committed, the person should be held accountable.
I think that's very bold of him to say. I think that he is getting out ahead of it. However, what I hear from him, which is probably not what your lawyers want you to say, is I was on a lot of drugs and I have a pretty good account of things that happened.
Yeah.
He didn't say.
Yeah.
I could have never have done something like that. I can tell you right now, I've never been in a situation remotely close to raping anyone. I've never forced myself upon anyone. I've never come close. I've heard no and I've stopped. I've heard, I've never done anything in this situation, and there's no way in the world I can go, well, there was that one time. Nothing. So that's not what he's saying.
No, and he's also saying that with these allegations and stuff, I must have done something.
Sure, I had a dark period.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, don't say that, whatever. But he does also bring up the point about that he was outspoken about the coronavirus and about this and that and everything, and they kind of, like we said, maybe he has a target on his back.
Like, why wait so long?
Yeah.
It goes into that. Like, why wait so long? Oh, all these people have problems with me. I also have a problem with you. I can jump on that.
So there may have been, and it's like he said, there may have been, you didn't know he wasn't famous yet. So there may have been a time where, somebody had a complaint about him. Maybe it was true, maybe it wasn't true, but it was a complaint. And now that he has become more popular and he has a target on his back, they said, what do we have in his past? They said, well, this one girl said that he flashed his penis.
Right.
Well, what if we add to that and we say that and he also tried to assault her or something, and they conjure that up? I'm also not saying that that's true. I just don't know. None of us know except for the people that were involved. And he seems to be pretty forthcoming about the fact that he's going to let the UK justice system work its way out. Now, is this the same one as the Arthur one? Because Arthur was filmed here.
I don't know.
He's saying this happened in the UK.
But there's a few different people. There's a few different lawsuits.
So now, if there's a few different lawsuits, at what point do we go, well, now there's a few different lawsuits, so maybe he does have a problem.
He's been charged, I thought. This isn't even a lawsuit. Like, he's been charged with a crime.
I'm sorry, I say lawsuit. Allegations.
Yeah.
Allegations.
So if you're charged, that means they had to have some type of evidence to bring an indictment.
But do they?
Well, to indict somebody.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's what kind of evidence are you going to have 20 years later?
It's got to be something.
Yeah.
Like, they're not just going to charge you with a crime if there's not enough evidence.
I don't know. I don't know what to believe. I'm very surprised that he's out here talking about it like he is, although I don't know.
I would imagine he's seen that evidence as well.
Yeah.
If you're charged with a crime,
his
yeah.
lawyers have to know what
Right.
they have, sure. But how that's going to help or hurt him, I don't know.
Yeah.
In the long run.
Yeah, because he has been charged with rape and sexual assault.
So suing somebody is way different than being
Charged.
indicted.
Yeah. Well, but that's why I wonder, Galvin, if this is the same one that you're talking about.
The charges relate to 4 separate women.
4?
Yeah, so there's 4 separate ones. 1999, a woman was raped in some area, whatever. 2001, a woman incidentally assaulted in Westminster area of London. 2004, a woman was orally raped and sexually assaulted, also Westminster area of London. And then between 2004 and 2005, a woman was sexually assaulted. He's getting busy in Westminster, it seems like.
Yeah. I got to tell you, though, looking at it from the outside in, if you have 4 different women in the same area with the same story, and a guy who's admittedly was running rampant on drugs and having what did he refer to it as, Epicurean style lifestyle, he's out chasing it. It sounds to me like he may have been a little inappropriate, but I don't know. I have not seen any of the evidence. I don't know what it is. I'm telling you as a bystander how it would seem to me if I was a potential juror.
It's interesting that he says that he agrees that there's no statute of limitations, where usually the first thing people use as defense is, well, it was like 30 years ago. So
yeah, but he is maintaining his innocence, so
right.
It's easy to say, I don't care about a statute of limitations. If
but
I'm
usually
innocent.
you don't throw that out there.
Yeah.
That's not like
Yeah.
something you want somebody to say.
Yeah. So I'm sure we'll hear much more about this over the next months and year probably or whatever. Do you guys remember Ryan Adams? Not Ryan Adams that worked here. Ryan Adams,
The singer.
Singer, yeah. You know Ryan Adams. He walked off stage during a show in Belfast because people were using flashes on their phone, and he says that he's epileptic.
Oh, he was going to have a seizure?
Yeah, apparently his behavior throughout the show was erratic, and people in the audience weren't happy about it and stuff. But do you remember when he had all the accusations against him?
No.
He was married to Mandy Moore, and Mandy Moore said he was very mentally abusive to her. And there were other women that came out. It says that multiple women had accused Ryan Adams of emotional abuse and sexual misconduct.
No,
because that was a big thing
I
that
don't
was going
remember
around
anything
for a
about
while.
him. Yeah, I don't know. But if you were married to somebody who said you were mentally abusive, but she seems like a little delicate flower too.
Well, who knows? Yeah, but he had that stuff, and then that kind of just went away. I don't know what exactly happened, but
So the only rock star I ever met, and I don't know if you guys had the same thing. There was only one rock star who wouldn't take pictures with flashes because it hurt his eyes.
oh yeah, I know. I remember you saying.
You know,
No.
anybody ever said
And
that
he
to you?
seems like such a douche.
Yeah, he was like everybody else was cool in the band, except for him, the least significant guy in the band, and you couldn't have. It was when everybody was using disposable cameras, and you couldn't take pictures with a flash with him because it hurt his eyes. Jason Newsted from Metallica.
Oh, really?
Gross.
And Lars is over there taking pictures with everybody.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
Jason, no, it
When-
hurt his eyes.
When I met Metallica, he was already out of the band, and they took as many pictures as they wanted, and
Yeah.
they were super cool.
Super cool.
And the meet and greet lasted like probably 40 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You're
That's
lucky
how
to be
that's how they
here.
were.
Yeah.
You're lucky
Yeah.
to be here.
Uh-huh.
Each
I'm
guy
gonna use a flash.
came out one at a time and like spent. At one point, to me, it got awkward. I was like, "All right, Kirk Hammett, like,
Move on.
Like, you can move on."
Yeah.
But I remember I was talking to their record rep at the time, and he was like, "Yeah, he's like, these guys realize that for a lot of their fans, this is one of the biggest moments of their lives,
Mhm.
and they don't want to f it up, and that's why they make sure to take time for these meet and greets."
Yeah.
I mean, that was 15 years ago. I don't know if they still do it now, but at the time, I'm like, "This is awesome."
I don't know that they do it now either. I've had the chance to meet them a couple of times, and they were all
They were super cool.
super cool.
Yeah.
Even Newsted was cool. It was just that was a weird thing.
And it
that
wasn't just because I was like the radio guy. Like they
Right.
were going around to the other, we had winners from like a
Yeah.
bunch of different radio stations, and they were taking as many pictures and signing things.
Signing
So that's
everything.
that's how you stay successful
Yeah.
that long. You know what I mean? If you're with your fans and you're out there and meeting them and being cool with them and stuff, instead of being all standoffish and not wanting to meet people and stuff, because you want to have the artists that you like be cool.
Yeah.
You don't want him to be an a-hole whenever you try and meet him and be like, oh man, I like that guy, and now
Yeah.
he's such a jerk.
He's like, they're well aware that this is a really big deal for a lot of people who've been fans for like their whole lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to imagine that they were also fans
Yeah.
of other bands. And
Oh,
they're,
yeah.
they still like music now. So
Oh, it's funny because there was video of them whenever they were at some Power Fest or whatever that, and Judas Priest is playing, and they're standing up there, and it was like they were kids. They're
Oh, yeah,
like watching
watching,
Judas
yeah.
Priest,
Yeah.
like, oh my God, Judas Priest playing. You know how cool that is. This is some devastating news. Devastating
Oh.
news.
Bigger than Amanda Pappas leaving the
Dude,
market.
this is one of the biggest things I've ever heard in my life. Original Beatles drummer Pete Best is retiring.
oh no, what from what
Hey,
from
guy.
not being the guy from the Beatles?
Hey, guy, most famous for not being in the Beatles when they were successful.
Right.
He apparently has been performing all these years. His brother says he's stepping back due to, quote, personal circumstances. So no more Pete Best. If you had tickets to the big Pete Best show,
Oh man,
he is retiring. So it'll be the last time you're going to see him.
Return to
Bullshit,
point
man.
of purchase.
she'll miss you, Pete.
This one actually sad, though. Another drummer news. Blondie drummer Clem Burke died Sunday after a battle with cancer. He was only 70 years old.
Yeah,
He's one of those guys, but he's one of those guys that helped make that sound. Blondie, obviously, the singer, everybody knows, whatever. But Blondie was a band, and he was a great drummer, but died Sunday, 70 years old, died from cancer.
I saw footage the other day of something that was really cool, which evidently was older, but I don't know. It was a panel of punk rockers,
Yeah.
and it was one of the Ramones, Johnny Ramone, I think, and Johnny Lydon, Johnny Rotten were up there,
Right.
and they were fighting with each other. Have you ever seen that?
No.
Oh, about who was a punk, who copied who.
Johnny Rotten was fighting with somebody.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, he was like, you guys weren't punk, you were this. And then he was like, you guys were terrible. And Sid Vicious was the star of your band. Like, it was going back and forth. It was pretty good.
That's
Bunch of
funny.
old curmudgeon punk rockers fighting with each other.
I have a live version of somebody covering Chapel Roan's Pink Pony Club.
I already saw this. Is awful.
You already saw it?
Yes.
Well, if you guys would like to guess who it is,
I have to recuse myself from this.
take a listen to this. Tell me whether you like it or not, and if you can guess who it is. Go ahead, Carmen.
You wanted me to stay.
I would have guessed Corey Feldman.
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah,
that.
it sounds like
Doesn't
Corey
it sound like Corey
a little
Feldman?
bit.
It's not good.
Different Corey.
It's somebody who can sing.
Yeah. It doesn't sound like he's putting a lot of effort into it. That's Corey Taylor from Slipknot doing Chapel Roan.
Pass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
I mean, he does a lot of great stuff. That you're just kind of like, whatever.
It's not terrible, but it's not great.
Right.
Like he's not. It's like if
Yeah.
I was at a karaoke bar, I'd be like, okay, I don't need to walk outside.
It doesn't seem like he's putting full effort into it. Like if you're going to do that song, do it and crush it.
If I never heard that song ever again, I would be okay.
Yeah.
I could
You
survive.
hear it a lot.
It's so much.
And then finally in news, I love this kind of thing. People on Reddit are sharing which actors nailed their role so well that no one else could do it. Like you couldn't see anybody else doing it. What are some of the ones?
First thing comes to mind is Hugh Jackman, Wolverine.
Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, not on their
That's
list.
good though.
I mean,
Not on
who
their
else
list.
could have done that?
Yeah.
No, I saw a bunch of other people AI made as Wolverine
Yeah.
to try and see, and it just doesn't. None of it looks right.
Even in Deadpool, when it was Henry Cavill, it just didn't look right. Yeah.
Wolverine.
Who else? Nailed their role so well you couldn't see anybody else doing it.
These are just movies or movies and TV shows.
Movies, TV shows, any of the stuff.
I would say Michael Scott.
Yep.
Michael
That was
Scott.
the next
Michael Scott from The Office, not on their list, but yes, that's fantastic. And it's funny because Bob Odenkirk, who wound up being on The Office whenever Pam went to the other place, whatever, and he was very Michael Scott-like, had auditioned to be Michael Scott.
What about
go ahead.
Kramer?
Kramer, great one, not on their list.
Boy.
No,
What about-
listen, this isn't the definitive
No,
list.
I know.
This is just some people that they said. It's not like these are the only ones. Kramer, 100%. Like who else could play Kramer?
I was going to say Rainn Wilson too on The Office. Dwight.
Dwight, so good. Seth Rogen auditioned for that. What's his name? What is his name? The one that always wears the hat. Judah Freelander.
Oh yeah,
Judah
yeah,
Freelander.
Oh,
who
yeah.
probably would have been pretty good.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
you know. Some of the ones that they say in here is Meryl Streep, Miranda Priestley from Devil Wears Prada.
I mean, one of the
Yeah.
best characters ever.
Tim Curry is Dr. Frankenfurter.
Oh yeah, Rocky Horror.
I don't know.
I mean, he did. I mean, he
I know.
nailed
Would
it.
have put a handful of queers in there now that could take that
Yeah.
role.
What
I
about,
mean that in the most loving way.
What about Leonard Nimoy as Spock?
Yeah.
So I mean that was perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
he
he-
created a
He
a
totally
character,
did.
yeah,
Logical,
yeah.
very logical kind of thing.
What about Doc Brown from Back to the Future?
That's a good
Doc
one.
Brown is a great one. That's a great one for sure. Some of the other ones on the list here, this one I completely agree with. Gene Wilder, Willy Wonka.
Oh.
He was so good.
He's definitely my Willy Wonka.
Yeah. Johnny Depp is not my Willy Wonka. Gene Wilder is.
I don't know. Timothy
Chalamet.
Chalamet is really wrong guy.
Yeah.
I thought Timothy Chalamet was great in the prequel thing, but it's totally different.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man.
Yes.
Oh no, I think Tom Cruise would have been great as Iron Man. That was initially who they wanted to play, and I
Yeah.
think he would have been fine.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, I think Robert Downey Jr. did good because he added that smarmy Robert Downey Jr. to it. But the truth is that Tony Stark was a alcoholic, and anybody that just had I don't know. I think he was great, but I think he could have been replaced.
That's why Robert Downey Jr. was good, though.
I know. I just feel like anybody with a tortured soul could have had that role.
Mike Myers is Austin Powers.
Okay, yeah.
He created the character.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's his, obviously.
What about Brando for Godfather?
Brando for Godfather is a great one. James Gandolfini, Tony Soprano.
Yeah.
Some of the other people that they wanted but that they were
Tried.
trying to get were would have, what's his name, the Fiddler on the Roof guy would have been good.
Anthony,
Yes.
not Hopkins.
No.
Anthony.
Anthony. Why is it? No, I get it. Yeah. Anthony. People are screaming at their radios right now. T-Bone. What is it?
Think of it.
What's the first letter?
Anthony.
That means you didn't find it yet either.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything.
Oh, come on. Just
I
put a
was-
Fiddler on the Roof.
Fiddler, Anthony.
I have it.
What's the first letter?
No, I don't have it. Damn
Oh,
it. Where is it?
Christ.
Why? But he wasn't even in the movie. Was he in the movie?
Zorba. Maybe it was Zorba. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Is he Zorba the Greek?
No, he was Fiddler on the Roof is definitely him. I know exactly what you're talking about. Anthony.
Anthony. Who?
Anthony Michael Hall.
How do you not know this?
What?
This is right in your wheelhouse.
Well, I mean,
Do I have to yell at you again?
no.
Anthony.
All right.
Anthony.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Do I have to look this up?
Anthony.
Hey Siri. Who played Fiddler on the Roof? Brought me up some stuff about the Beatles. What is going on?
I don't know. Anthony Warlow?
No.
Was his last name Anthony?
Who played Fiddler on the Roof?
In the
The
movie?
main character, Tevye, is played by different actors in various productions.
Yeah.
In the original Broadway version, it was Zero Mostel. In the film adaptation, it's Chaim Topol. More recently, Danny Burstein played Tevye in the 2015 Broadway revival.
It's not it.
Each
What about
not-
Anthony?
Who is Zorba the Greek?
Zorba the Greek.
Zorba the Greek is a character from the novel by Nikos Kazantzakis. He was famously portrayed by Anthony Quinn in the
That's it. Thank you, Bailey.
Oh, my
Appreciate it.
God.
Never heard of him.
Anthony Quinn? Yeah, you have. If you saw him, you'd know exactly who he was.
Kramer wanted to trade the van for a tank top that was worn by Anthony Quinn.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know this guy, but he does kind of look like he could play the Godfather.
He played. There was a movie in the late '80s called No Way Out. It was Kevin Costner's first real movie, and he played the mob guy in that. And
Yeah.
he was tremendous.
He looks like a mobster.
Yeah.
And he sounds a lot like Brando, that kind of mumbly, mumbly kind of thing, whatever.
Yeah.
Some of the other ones they say that nailed the role is Matthew Lillard as Shaggy in Scooby-Doo.
Sure.
He was pretty good.
Although Corey Cardinal would have been good too.
Johnny Depp is Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yes.
Yeah, he nailed that. Those are some of the different ones. I don't know this one because I didn't watch any of the Harry Potters, but Jason Isaacs is Lucius Malfoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had him on the show.
We did. We had Draco Malfoy on.
Oh, who is
Yeah,
Lucius? Lucius
his
is the
dad.
dad. Yeah.
No, we had the kid on who played Draco.
Yeah, I think Draco is played by nobody could have played that actor by the kid.
Yeah,
But
he
I don't
had
think-
smarmy face.
The other guy, I think many people could play that.
Yeah.
But also, I think for the new TV show or movie or whatever they're working on, Draco is now casted as his father.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, because I don't think he really did much like that actor
Right.
after Harry Potter. So
Yeah.
I think he's, you know what I mean? But I think he's just gonna basically play his dad in the next.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got Pottered, man. If you were in a Potter movie, that's it. You're Potter for life.
But like, if you're picking somebody out of Potter who nailed the role, wouldn't you say what's his name? The
Daniel
Harry?
Radcliffe.
Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah.
No, not Radcliffe. The guy that talks like this.
Snape.
Snape,
Yeah.
like that guy.
Yeah, but he's that guy in every role.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
the same thing.
Hans Zuber.
Yeah. He's Hans Gruber in every one of them. Yeah. I mean, I think Morgan Freeman was
Alan
great
Rickman.
in Alan Rickman. I think Morgan Freeman was great as in Shawshank Redemption
As Red.
As Red. I mean,
who was supposed to play that role?
Denzel?
No.
it was Brad Pitt. And, no, Brad Pitt was supposed to be the other guy.
Brad Pitt was the one that got shot by the guards.
Samuel Jackson?
No. Different color.
Paul Newman.
No.
Red was not going to be
Redford?
black?
No. Red
Really?
was white in the book.
Really?
Yeah, that's why the joke works. It's a real line. Why do they call you Red? Maybe because of my red hair, and he doesn't have red hair, or maybe because I'm
Oh.
Irish, whatever. And it's the line, whatever. But it comes off as a joke whenever Morgan Freeman
Right.
says it.
Why did they call you Red? Because my last name's Wood. What movie?
Midnight Run.
Midnight Run. Yeah.
Yeah.
You doing the litmus configuration? Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford was supposed to play
Harrison
Red.
Ford, yeah.
Tom Cruise was supposed to play Andy.
Oh, that would have been so weird.
Nah, it could have been.
It would have been great.
Yeah.
It would have been great.
We wouldn't know any different.
Yeah. It would have been great.
I think the fact that Tom Cruise is so familiar and likable and pretty takes away in that case because you were like,
But
he's
it's
just an
great
average
because,
guy.
but he was a banker. He's not supposed to be in prison.
Yeah.
Like Tom Cruise isn't supposed to be in prison. He's too beautiful and too good. Although,
Yeah.
who would believe that Tom Cruise's wife was cheating on him?
That's true.
I mean, that's crazy. Get out of here, you weirdo. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones. So, what other great roles? Somebody you're like, who else? I'll tell you one, and I don't know, maybe there could be, but the guy nailed the role so well did it such a good job as James Woods in Casino.
Yeah, he was
Such
great.
a creep.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
so
Great creep.
I mean, everything you loved about James Wood, you hated about that guy. He did such Lester.
Lester.
Oh,
Even
oh.
the name. Even the name is so perfect. Lester.
Yeah, no, it was
When
great.
De Niro, when he's at the table and he won't look at De Niro, he's
Yeah.
just looking at her,
Yeah.
and he's talking to him. That's so
That's
good.
when you realize who the great actors are. Like
Yeah,
De
oh,
Niro
yeah.
is a great of being De Niro.
Yeah.
But James Woods is just an all around
Like
great
he won't
actor.
look at him, but he's talking right to
Uh-huh.
him. Like,
But
that's so good.
also the here, take mine too. And it's putting all the money out there and stuff.
So good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
All
there
right.
you go. There's that's it for news.
Thank you, Galvin.
Got it.
We will. Oh, this guy's waiting to troll me, so I'll take this. Steven, go ahead.
Hey, you talking about? You remember that movie Revenge with Anthony Quinn? Costner,
I'm sorry.
and Madeline Stowe?
That's the one. You're right. I said No Way Out, but you're right. It was Revenge. That was the movie.
Yeah, I wasn't calling about that. I was calling
I
about
know.
the marathon.
It's not a marathon. It's a 5K.
You're walking it, correct?
Yeah.
Are you going to have like an ambulance or Tom the Tree Man follow you with like the Sprinter van with some emergency equipment or anything? I'm kind of worried.
No, I should be okay. I walk a lot. I'm all right.
You got you.
Thank you, though. Revenge is the name of that movie, where Kevin Costner has a friend in this mobster, and he goes to visit him after he retires from the military, and he falls in love with his wife. And I don't want to ruin it. That's a good movie. It's old, but it's pretty good if anybody wants to watch it.
Revenge.
Mike Calta Show. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, y'all. It's Matt. I thought for sure y'all were going to say Anthony Hopkins is Hannibal Lecter.
Oh, yeah.
I got to tell you, nobody could have done that role like that either. That was amazing. And as great as an actor he is and had done things before, that put him on the map just because of the way he played that character. Good call, sir.
An interesting thing about that character is Jim Carrey said he had dinner with Anthony Hopkins and they were talking about roles and stuff. And I guess he really liked Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Really?
And Jim Carrey said, I played it like a bird. He goes, if you ever watch it, he goes, I'm very
Yeah,
kind of,
yeah,
doing that, whatever. And Anthony Hopkins goes, I played Hannibal Lecter as a snake.
Oh, yeah.
And it's totally, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you would think that, but when you watch it, you go, oh yeah, he's totally a snake. The way he turns, the way he looks, like everything.
See, that's why I know I can never be an actor. Those
You wouldn't
things
think
would
of that.
never enter my mind.
Right, wouldn't think of
I'm
that
gonna like,
stuff.
I'm going to play this as a psycho.
Yeah,
not as a
exactly.
snake.
Yeah.
What do I know? Huh?
I'm going to play as a roller skate. I don't know.
800-771-1025 are the phone numbers. We're 2 days away from Calta Cruise 18. If you're not going, sucks for you. But we do have another one that we're going to announce on the cruise ship. When we get back, we'll let you guys know about it and how you can be a part of it. Because if you're kicking yourself in the ass and thinking, how could I be on a cruise? Oh, man, imagine you're not going on. Like, I'm so 1 foot on the boat already this week.
Yeah.
It's all I can think about is just being there and walking around and hanging out. And I'm ready to go. I'm ready to leave. Carmen?
Yes.
As director of leisure activities, I must give you props again for making us take off on Thursday.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. I feel like as it's creeping in and closing in on me, I'm so much better to be off on Thursday.
You were the only one that was really
Yeah.
pushing for that.
Who would have thought?
Only one. I'm letting you know right now. I'm saving this audio to play for
Nice.
you next year.
Yes.
When you're like, no, we're working. We're gonna work Friday too.
Sorry, I take it back and I apologize.
Yeah.
Plenty
And
of time.
We are going to be working Friday. We will be doing a podcast from the boat that'll run on Friday from 7 to 8. So you will get live content.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes.
We will have a year to work on it. I have no idea if this is possible.
Okay.
The show from the Sprinter going to the cruise.
I don't know how good it would be.
It'd be great.
All right.
It would be great. Even if it's not great, it's something different. It's something cool. Like, try it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that would be great.
And then that way we don't have to take off of work.
We're still doing a live show. We're driving to the port. We're in the Sprinter, and we do the show in the Sprinter on the way. I don't know the technology. I would imagine there's something.
I got internet in there.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Right?
I'm in.
Carmen, you got a year to work on that.
All right.
That is not my
That is
job.
your department.
Or
That
you-
is not my department.
Or you have 2 days. If
Yeah.
we're gonna try and do it.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
really
let's
wanna
do it
rush
tomorrow.
No, right now, I'm having Sprinter problems right now.
Oh, too many people in the Sprinter.
Too many people.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Because not
Sprinter's
so much
more like a walker.
not going, but coming. Because now with Joey going, and with Jake going, and
Joey, Jake, Pete,
Pete, Olivero, JoJo, me, Nancy, and Johnny,
and then Bobby on the way back.
and then Bobby
for
on the way
part of it.
back. Yeah.
But I mean, you have 2 kids. Just make one of them sit on the floor
You-
when you
it's-
take them to the airport. 'Cause
it-
It's only like 30 minutes.
It's so funny you say that because that's normally what I would do, but you're forgetting that these 2 kids are 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like they're little kids anymore. I used to throw a beanbag on the floor and be like, "Get on the beanbag." Now
Right.
I got to figure this out on how we're going to do this. Plus, everybody's going to be hungover and leaving vacation. Yeah,
It's always fun getting off the boat at 7:00 in the morning.
right. And we do have to get off at like 7 so that Bobby can get to his flight in time.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Plus, they kick you off too. They don't.
Yeah. Oh, they'll come knock on your door like, get out.
You're no
Carmen.
longer guests. You're now trespassing.
I have left the cruise ship while other people are getting on.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be like 2:00 in the afternoon, and I'm just packing my stuff up.
One time, it may have even been last year or the year before, but Chad and I were just sitting in our room waiting for them because they were calling like colors or numbers or
Yeah.
whatever. And we're just sitting in our room waiting for our number to be called. And our guy comes in and just starts pounding on our door. Hey, you guys got to get out of here. I need to clean your room. And we're like, we were literally just sitting
Yeah,
on
you're
the
supposed
bed
to go
waiting.
wait in the lobby or wherever. There's waiting
No, they
area.
said wait in your room.
Yeah, I
Oh.
got kicked out
That
of my
was
room
the
before too.
announcement.
I'm just
Yeah.
getting up and leaving.
Yeah, do you know how many times I've done that?
Yeah.
I just go,
Get up
and then
and
they
walk
go, and I go, yeah, I don't know, and then I just walk out.
I don't know. I don't know is the best. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know, and then
I
they
don't
just go, yeah, they don't want to deal with it.
know.
That's fine.
No, just go. I don't know.
They flip those boats so fast. It's crazy.
Well, we set sail Thursday morning.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop whoop.
I'm excited.
What's that?
I said, I'm excited. I've been working on my tan.
You
I
have?
got new bathing suits.
Are you laying out?
By the pool?
Is
On
that
the
what you've been
cruise?
doing? No, I'm saying
Oh.
like to work on your tan.
Yeah. My grandma got me a little porch patio set for my birthday.
Right.
And it's just nice. And so I just go outside for 20 minutes a day and I just sit out. So my front is way tanner than my back
Mhm.
because they're
Time to
just
flip.
chairs. Yeah. So I haven't been flipping, but so I'm just always going to be walking forward.
Karen, I got you a birthday card.
Okay.
But Galvin and I were talking, and Galvin's like, we should just Venmo her the money.
Yeah.
Because,
Got it.
So
Thank
she has it
you.
before the cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So,
appreciate it. Thank
and
you.
I didn't want you
Card
making
smart.
I didn't want you making eyes at me while I was sitting at
Wait.
the casino at the table, whatever, and you're like, he didn't give me a present, but
Yeah.
he's got plenty of money to play blackjack.
Gio, I'm
No,
gonna go
never.
get your present too.
Oh,
Have
you
it
still got to
inside.
order it?
No, I have it inside. I'm gonna go. I keep saying it, and I keep forgetting to go get it.
It's okay.
No, I have it.
I feel like the window of opportunity is long since
Oh, so
passed.
you don't want it anymore?
I mean, it's okay.
It says Gio on it, or
I'm-
else I
I'm
would
Just hold
give
it for
away.
next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christmas will be here before you know it.
Oh, come on now. Does somebody have a birthday when we're on the cruise?
Carmen sometimes has in the
Right.
past.
Okay.
I
that's
did
what it was.
one
Sure,
year,
Yeah.
right.
but not this year.
And then Diane did one year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm. All right. All right. Good. Very excited. Carmen, if you can get Pete to drink on the cruise, I'd be so happy. Break his fast.
What has a
Listen, I'm
better?
You
not
get Bobby
like
to drink on the
you.
cruise.
I don't want, if someone doesn't want to drink, I don't want them to drink and I don't want to pressure because I know what that feels like.
Ugh.
And I don't have that. Like, I wouldn't want to put someone in that position.
What has a better chance of happening? Pete drinking on the cruise or Mike eating late night pizza on the cruise?
Oh, late night
Oh,
pizza.
come on.
That's guaranteed. That's not even, come on.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't have any late night pizza on the last cruise. I didn't.
Mm.
I don't
No
know how
one believes
convenient.
you. Yeah,
I'm
how-
being serious. I'm being
Prove
serious.
it.
I'm not saying I didn't eat bad, but I didn't have any late night pizza.
Room service?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Grilled cheese, a little peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
You know?
Good stuff. I will be at the late night pizza.
Yeah, I mean,
Often.
I'm in it for the late nights. I think on this one, I really do. Like in
I
the
feel like
past,
you always say that. In the last couple, it's not been the case.
that's not true.
Okay.
I've shut the casino down a couple of times.
Uh,
I wasn't nightclub guy in the last cruise.
Don't listen to him, Michael.
He's bringing me down, right?
He's a negative.
here to bring you
Nancy.
down.
no, I'm
You're
not.
a negative
Listen,
Nelly.
No, do what you want to do, but I don't remember seeing you out late night any of the nights. You know?
I feel like I was out very late. I didn't go to the nightclub. I'm not a big dancer,
Yeah.
and I wasn't probably drinking a lot, and I didn't feel like it. But I'm feeling it on this one.
Good.
I hope there's a silent disco. That was my favorite thing last year.
My favorite thing was the pub crawl. Like I really
Yeah.
enjoyed that.
That was
And
fun.
I'm looking forward to that this year.
I like the piano bar. The piano girl was really
Yeah.
good.
Piano bar was
was.
great.
Yep.
All
yeah,
right.
this boat is set up almost identical to last year, so they got all this good stuff.
This is the first time I'm going on a boat that I've not been on already.
Yeah,
So I got to figure out where everything is.
there's a little little Irish pub there.
The Pig and Whistle
Yes,
or Thistle.
they got the piano bar upstairs.
Okay.
I've been scoping it out.
Yeah, and this place actually had like the pizza place. Well, not this one, but last year they actually had the pizza place.
Right.
Not just the pizza.
Not just
in the-
upstairs in
Right.
the
Buffet.
buffet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all the way in the back. Yeah, no, that last year we ate at that pizza place every night. Every night.
I think it's right across from the Irish pub.
yes, it
I
is.
fear that I will eat pizza now.
Yeah.
Oh, we know you're going
yeah.
to.
This is good though. Why?
Yeah.
Do they have thin crust?
They got all
I'm
kinds
in.
of good stuff.
I don't know whether it was last year or I think it was last year where my wife was very excited our proximity of our room to how close it was to the hot dogs.
Wait, what hot dog?
There was a hot dog
there was a
station.
hot dog
Oh,
station.
yeah.
Carmen.
I
They
did
had-
not see that.
They had
Yeah.
hot dogs and
Too
bratwurst.
busy
and
gobbling
Italian
the
sausage.
pizza down. She
Yeah.
didn't see the hot
Yeah.
dogs.
Yeah.
It's out by the pool.
Yeah, it would come and go though. It'd set up for a couple hours and disappear,
Oh,
come back.
okay.
Yeah.
I
That's
never
one-
saw the hot dogs.
That's one place where I'm not hanging out. Outside by the pool.
Yeah, we
I-
never see outside.
I don't ever go outside by the
No.
pool. I don't like it. It's too many people. It's too hot.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
No outside, no late night, no.
Galvin and I hit up the hot tub a few times
Yeah.
in the adult section.
In the
that
adult
was,
section, you should see what happened.
That wait,
Oh.
no.
Oh, yeah. The
That was it was me, Galvin, Jenny, Barb.
I helped.
Oh, yeah, Barb.
I helped the old lady in the hot tub.
Yep.
the
How come,
solarium.
how come Barb's not coming this year?
She wanted to, but then, just life and stuff.
Gotta
Yeah.
slop the hogs.
What's that, Barb?
Gotta slop the hogs.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
a lot
the-
of farm
The
stuff.
barb that came on the cruise, that's not my barb.
No.
No.
That is real life
No,
Barb.
I don't believe that.
It would have been it would have been nice if you mixed it up and brought Holly this year.
Oh, okay. True.
Are you talking to Holly still?
Yes. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
good.
We're on really good terms. I was actually thinking I may need like a huge favor from her. I may need her to watch our dogs.
Oh, I thought you were going to say to be your
Oh,
maid of honor.
Carmen.
Listen,
Do
no,
we think that's a good idea?
she has a dog.
Does she
No,
live here?
She lives in West Palm.
How's she going to watch your dogs?
Well, she would drive up. She
With
is,
her dog.
Yeah, she would drive up with her dog. She's in between. She just got a new job.
Yeah.
So she has like a week, 2 weeks of free time.
Yeah.
And it just so happens like it's right now.
So we're leaving in 2 days and you have no plans for your dog?
No, we do. Our dog sitter that we had scheduled canceled on us yesterday.
Oh, sons of bitches.
Last minute. So we're like, going around, and Chad asked one of the coaches and he said he would do it, but his kids have baseball tournaments, so it's just adding on to his stuff.
Second
So-
only to moving is asking somebody to watch your dogs.
Right. And again, this is like one of those things like we had something set up, it fell through, and now we have people offering to help us, but we know they have busy schedules as well.
Mm.
And so it's like now we're kind of like,
So you
what
think
do
Holly,
we do?
one of the most stuck up people that we know, is going to come all the way up here from West Palm and just sit in your apartment and watch your stupid dogs?
Well, no, she wouldn't just sit there. Like she would, because she has a roommate. So this would be kind of like a vacation. She'd have the whole townhouse to herself,
Uh-huh.
and she'd be able to go out in Tampa.
Can she
like,
use the steam box?
She can use the steam deck. She
Oh.
can use whatever she wants. And like
Puzzle table?
I said, yes, she can help me finish my puzzle.
What if she completes the puzzle while you're gone?
Oh.
Listen, more power to her. Because right now I am on the sky. I
Mhm.
finished the entire puzzle. I have about, 500 blue pieces, just blue, different shades of
You,
blue.
you didn't think about that when you
I
picked
didn't
the photo?
No, Chad did it.
Oh, man.
Mm.
Chad did not think about that. And he was like, and he looked at it. He's like, I'm so sorry. I wish I would have cropped that part out. And
That's
just
funny.
like, but yeah, it's literally just 500 pieces of blue in different shades. It's whatever.
Oh, I
So-
just thought of something great.
What?
Present I'm going to buy you.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
A picture. What picture?
I'm making a puzzle.
I'm not putting it together.
You wailing on a corn dog.
Yep, not putting it
Oh.
together.
Corn dog puzzle.
I'm going to glue it and hang it in the studio.
Chad and I are actually going to glue and frame that one and
Mhm.
put it up.
You should.
But yeah, so like I said, it's a little giving me a little bit of anxiety. Like I said, we do have it covered, but I also don't want to put this on someone else's plate at
Well,
such last minute.
At least you got plenty of time to figure it out.
No.
Well,
Again,
What about Luke?
yeah, listen, we thought about using Rover, the app.
Oh, Carmen, I know a girl that may be able to do it, and she's trustworthy and stuff. She works for Rover, but I wonder
because she doesn't have to stay at our house. Like we would just do the feeding if she. But
yeah,
she
let
could.
me ask her.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
see. Okay.
Yeah, like we're gonna pay whoever does it. Again, I'm not like putting this out there to get it for free. It was like because Rover, you can hire someone to either have your dog stay with them or have them come to your house and just feed them and walk them. You know what I mean? Like they have different options and you pay for different things. So last year we had our neighbor do it, and she literally just came and fed them and walked them twice a day.
That's what I did. My neighbor, if I went away for like a day, my neighbor would take them.
Yeah.
Max, come over here and
You're
walk
gonna
them.
get a bunch of creepy dudes. Oh, come over and watch them for you.
Yeah.
Hey, Carmen.
Do it for free.
Oh, that'd be great. Oh, I'm lucky. Whenever we go away, I got Luke who takes the dogs to his place and holds on to them. He's the best.
Yeah.
Well, if
And
you
they
need
get a
that-
little refresher course too.
Yeah, and he's good, and they got property. They run around, they play with the other dogs. So if you need that, Carmen, let me know if that comes down to it. We could see if Luke's available.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you. Like I said, this was like we have someone, but
I don't want
also-
nothing impeding your cruise.
Yeah, and again, this guy is just his kids have baseball tournaments this weekend, and I know that's
That's
just
a lot.
That's a lot, and then on top, and now you're going to take care of someone else's dog. Like I don't want to put that on him. So if we can come up with a better plan, we will. If not, we do have it covered. But hopefully, we can find something better.
Yeah, like my mother-in-law is in Georgia right now, and my wife's like, "Oh, I got to go over and take care of the cats." What are you going to take care of cats? You just lay out bowls of food for cats, right?
They're self-sufficient.
Yeah, and if they're not, it's God's will.
I think so.
Yeah. All right. I hate cats. We got to take a break. If you want to get through 800, actually, you're going to have to get on the phone lines. 800-771-1025 because Acid Dom will be in the studio with us when we come back. 800-771-1025. If you have a legal call, get on the phone lines now. What?
I got a Sprinter update.
What do you got?
Somebody said they might be out.
Who?
JoJo.
Why?
She said she feels like she needs to take herself out of the Sprinter.
No.
She asked if she could ride with me.
No.
No.
Tell her, how dare you?
She says, she wants to take herself out of the Sprinter equation.
No.
Because there's no room.
There is room. There is not room on the way back for 30 minutes. She's fine.
JoJo's riding with me now.
No.
I
can't
called
just hijack
JoJo. I
JoJo.
called JoJo.
I'm telling this is her
You
own
stop
words.
it. You
Her
stop.
own words.
Hold on.
She lives right by me.
JoJo.
She says, I need to take myself out of the Sprinter equation.
Stop it. Exclamation points. Done.
All right.
Fixed it. No, the problem is not getting there. It's just the 30 minutes coming back to take Bobby to the airport. I'll sit on the floor if I have to.
A lot of people were saying, "Why is JoJo getting her own room too?"
I did hear a lot of people say that.
No.
JoJo's out.
JoJo's not out.
Problem solved. JoJo's with me
JoJo's
now.
in like Flynn.
Maybe they didn't tell you. JoJo's with me now.
Wait.
JoJo's got her own suite, and she deserves to have a ride in a Sprinter.
She's
to get
got
a suite.
Carmen.
She
she's
has
got
a suite.
Ah!
I have obstructed view and access to my room.
But
That's
the
great.
engine's right there, so
Yeah.
you can.
Yeah, you can
Oh no,
always.
no, no! I'm
help
at the
the
dining
captain.
room now.
Oh, that's
Gio.
right. At the dining room.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm in the middle of the boat now.
What do you have? Obstructed view room?
That's what it said.
Ooh.
It says you have a window, and here's a discount because there's
Oh.
obstructive views.
Really?
Here's a credit for you.
Yeah.
JoJo, I think, got the last suite we had on hold.
Yeah.
That's nice. Good
Maybe
for her.
I'm sure JoJo will let you go.
She'll
hang out in
probably
the
switch
suite.
for you if you want.
No, I would never do that. But the fact that there was one on hold instead of just giving it to me to begin with. Okay.
I'll let you know what time JoJo and I get there.
JoJo's riding with me.
That's not what JoJo says.
Yeah, she just said it's fine. I don't want to be. I don't want you to be squished. I'm not going to be squished. I'll be fine.
She says, I feel like I need to take myself out of this Sprinter
No.
equation.
But on the way there, it's fine.
Right.
It's on the way back.
And it's only for the 30 minutes between the Port Canaveral and the airport.
No, you can't pick. If you're going, it's not. I'm not going to take you back.
No,
Either you're in or you're out.
I'm taking her back too.
I'm taking her with
She
me
should
now.
sit on my lap on the way back.
All right.
We'll be fine.
She doesn't want to be in the Sprinter.
We'll be fine.
All right.
Jesus Christ. 800-771-1025. Ask the Dom's in the studio next on 1025 The Bone. The phone lines are ringing now. If you'd like to get through to ask the Dom, we're going to have him in the studio. Dom, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Mike. How's everybody this morning?
Are you in cruise mode like we are?
I am. I mean, yes. I'm. It's cruise, Dom. Cruise,
Yeah,
Dom. Cruise.
yeah.
I'm driving my staff
I can
crazy.
hear you yelling at the casino craps table already.
Just got to get that table hot, and but I love, hanging with the listeners, and you'll teaching people how to play craps, and or hanging out by the pool and I'm going to do pizza with you guys about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning
There you
as
go.
usual. So
There you go.
Will there be a Dom Craps class on this cruise?
Ooh,
Remember, we did that before.
100%. I just,
Nice.
however we can fit that in. I don't want to mess up what the programming you guys have and special events, but yeah, if we can chat about that when a good pick a night, and absolutely I can do that.
I don't love craps, but I love playing with you guys on the cruise. If that makes sense.
Because it's fun. Because it's you sit there and if you got a cold table, it sucks.
Yeah.
But if you have a cold table, you can win at it. You just switch the style of bet. You actually play
Sure,
against
you play
the
against
shooter.
it, yeah.
And then but it kind of pisses people off. But I actually played a couple times last cruise against the shooter and made more money.
Yeah.
But it does affect the mojo of the table. But if you can play and everybody's got a hot shooter and you go nuts. It's a lot of fun. It's exciting. I have been known to do a Chinese fire drill again around the casino.
Sure. Sometimes it's called for.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're on the high seas.
But no, this is my 14th cruise, Mike. With
it's crazy
with you guys. The first 2 I missed because I wasn't with the station yet. You had done 2 before my arrival, and I think one for COVID, and I think we had a conflict with spring break with the kids. Other than that, but this is 14 for me. I absolutely love them. I love when you did it in the fall. I loved it. When you do it now in the spring, it's just a great time with the listeners and the show and the cast. And I just get to kick back and relax because my job's so stressful, as you know.
Yeah.
So when I get out there and I can just have some drinks and cocktails and relax with everybody, and it really it decompresses me.
You have a cruise drink yet? What do you normally get?
I like that Miami Vice when they mix the two, the pina colada and the strawberry.
Sure.
But it has a lot of sugar.
Yeah.
So the deal is I'm going to be in the gym and I'm going
see you there.
I'm going to offset my sugar intake with working out, allegedly.
All right. We'll see. We'll see you there for sure. All right. Let's get to these phone calls. If you want to get through, 800-771-1025. Let's go to Nate. Nate, good morning. You're on with Ask the Dom. What do you got, Nate?
All right. So, it's a really long story, but I'll make it short. My girlfriend's daughter got on the bus at the end of the school day. And then from that point on, 2 boys decided to verbally and physically assault her. The school board has the video from the transportation department, except they've requested the case from the county, and they're not giving us any information whatsoever. And I mean, they verbally assaulted her and they physically ripped her out of the bus seat because she was sitting in the seat that they wanted.
Well, any unlawful touching is a battery. So if you're not getting satisfaction from the school board themselves or the principal of the school, because you can go to the school, staff there, if you will, command staff. So the administrator, assistant principal. You can also go to the school board. But if you're not getting the results that you're looking from those 2 entities, you can go right to law enforcement and issue a report. You can then take that report right to the intake division at the state attorney's office and say, look, these touched my daughter or child, right? And I would like charges to be, and now if they're juveniles, there's the juvenile court, but it's a court nonetheless. It's a crime nonetheless. It's just they're under a certain age threshold. So, I always tell people, don't be shy and don't be afraid to contact law enforcement or the state attorney's office. They're government entities. They work for you. Your taxpayers pay their salaries.
Yep. So she did. It happened last week, and then we got everything started. She called law enforcement Thursday afternoon after the daughter got off the bus.
Good.
Screaming, crying, holding her head. Deputy, county guy showed up. She gave him the report. He's like, okay. So then the bus driver only sent over a very small portion of the clip. And then she had a meeting Friday morning with the school, and the assistant principal, the SRO, and the behavioral specialist were there. And they said, okay. And the assistant principal watched the clip, and she had to stop it multiple times while watching it and relaying this information because they have to redact faces and everything before they can show my girlfriend, even though it's her daughter that's involved in this altercation. But it sounds, and so then yesterday the student resource or the sheriff called us back and they said, hey, the school, I'm giving everything I've got to the resource officer. I'm definitely saying the battery needs to be one of the charges, but the student resource officer is now kind of in charge and it's in the school board's hands.
No, it's not.
Well, I don't.
No, it's not.
And
It is in respect to what the school board policies are for suspensions, transferring someone off of a bus route to another. Moving people from classroom to classroom to separate folks. In that regard, it's with them. But if it's going to be a crime, the only body that in the state of Florida that can charge an entity with a crime is the state attorney's office. If it's a state case, if it's a federal case, obviously it's going to be the U.S. attorneys representing the federal government. So for the administrative aspect of it, policy, it's with the school board for in-school suspensions, things along those lines. Criminal charges, you can circumvent that if you're not happy. Go right to the intake division of the state attorney's office. What county is it in?
Okay, that's Sarasota.
Yeah, all right. Sarasota, the state attorney's office, intake division. There you go. Good luck.
All right, good luck, sir.
Okay.
It's a complicated situation.
It's tough with kids.
Yeah.
And they say things, and then sometimes it progresses to where they touch each other, and then that's
you want to kill everybody.
Yeah, and you have tempers, flare, and you just, cooler minds have to prevail, because sometimes parents might, make things worse with certain situations. Then what happens is I end up having to represent a mom or a dad because they're so upset, rightfully so. They're so upset that someone's touched their child. However, that anger and rage, sometimes may cross a line. So they got to be very careful.
Speaking of touching kids, whether it's a kid or not, I guess that was not the right way to say it.
That wasn't a good way to do it.
The situation with and I'm sure you're familiar with right now, with the Captain Brock Horner, who was harassing the young man that was on his boat and boarded his boat without permission. You familiar with that situation?
Yeah, I did see a video of that where he was extremely upset and interesting. I mean, he just hopped right onto the boat there, which that's quite concerning.
What is the legality for the situation if that kid would have defended himself with a weapon?
Well, I'm not a state attorney, but I would look at it in this manner. I think it's easy, Mike, if you think about it in this context. Let's put them, instead of a vessel, let's put them in cars, just for easier concept.
Okay, yes, because I also would like to know this for cars, but I know what you're going to say, and I did see the breakdown of it, and it said that had this been because this is the vessel is listed, would fall under dwelling. If you're on the vessel and they board it, he violated your dwelling.
So if you put your hand into, let's say, the window of your vehicle. So if someone reaches into your car,
right,
that actually is a burglary of a conveyance. So that's a crime.
Yes.
That's a felony. Okay. Now, so what I would argue is, and again, the type of vessel could be deemed as a dwelling. I think that was a center console fishing boat.
Right.
So I think legally the argument was when he jumped onto the boat, from his boat onto the young man's boat.
Yeah.
That would now be more of a conveyance. And then that would be akin to you reaching into someone's driver's side window of their vehicle when he jumped onto the vessel. So it would be, in essence, a burglary of a conveyance would be the initiating charge when that gentleman jumped from one boat to the other, would be my argument. Now, again, I'm not a state attorney. I don't have the ability to charge people. But if you think of the two situations, and the way I understand the statute, it seemingly would make sense. Where, I mean, just like if I were to jump in, let's say I jump inside your car.
Yeah.
So I'm really mad at you, Mike. And I'm going to jump inside your car. That's a burglary. And so I think this captain is being investigated, by the law enforcement there on the water. It might be, I don't know if any charges have been filed. I don't know anything about that.
Yes, they have arrested him.
What did they arrest him for?
I don't remember. Do you remember?
It was a few different things. It was entering a, what was it? Hang on, let me see.
Let's not screw it up.
No, they label it a certain way because it's a vessel, so it's a different statute.
He was charged with a felony. Let me see what it says on here. Charged with felony burglary with assault or battery after a video of him accosting another boater went viral.
Yeah. So the burglary is when he jumped on the vessel, just like if you reach your hand into a car, it is a felony, which they charge.
Right.
The assault would be the way he moved to assault is an apprehension of fear. So it doesn't involve a touching. So the way he kind of, the kid's kind of running around the boat, he's kind of circling around the center console.
Yeah.
That by definition is an assault because he's like, hey, I'm just a kid.
Right. He doesn't want the guy there. He's trying to back off it. And
did you see that the kid, through his attorney, released a statement that said, please stop harassing Horner. He said there's no reason why they
that's
should.
just a move.
Yeah,
that's just a move that where they make themselves look good by asking for you to leave Horner alone.
To stop harassing his family and his job and all this stuff.
Well, his family doesn't deserve any of it.
That's what I guess. His entire family is being destroyed on the internet, and he's like, this was just an altercation. I wish it hadn't happened, and please stop harassing this guy.
When I have situations because usually I do a lot of defense work, so I would be representing the individual charged. But if this young man has an attorney, which would be a civil context, because the assistant state attorney is going to be representing the young man's interests as the victim. So I'm not sure if I was the civil attorney, if we would be making any statements right now, because that might diminish the work that the state attorney's office is going to do for that kid as a victim. Does that make sense?
Let the justice system take its course. He's being charged, and that's what. Stop harassing him online was basically the gist of it.
That's all right. That's fine. I mean, that's a generalized.
Lawyers being nice. Yeah, it's what that is.
Damn lawyers. God, jeez. You guys like lawyers? I mean, honestly, do you like lawyers?
Yeah, all except for one. Tommy, good morning. I want to ask Don. What do you got, Tommy?
Hey guys, Don, real quick. If possible, I'd like to ask two questions. Both vehicles. Bought a motorcycle and ran over a gator, and it's been at the shop waiting on a part for almost 9 months. Do I have any options?
No, I mean, options as far as the parts themselves, I mean, are coming from different parts of the country and or the world, which of course, you've got an economic issue right now with, trying to get things in. In fact, I talked not that long ago with Steve Hurley, and there's a lot of American parts that he's been waiting to come into the dealership. So this is not an unusual statement. Now, 9 months, yeah, that seems long, but it could go as long as a year. I mean, I don't know what to tell you with that, because that's something that's outside of a legal premise or a legal control. That's just a supply and demand thing for a part for a motorcycle.
Now, is there any kind of grace period? Oh, well, next one, bought a car, and we had to, during COVID, we had to get a furlough, deferment of payments to the back end of the loan.
Right.
Well, we're down
just
to
so
the
everybody
final.
understands that you still owe the money. They just take the 2 months or the 3 months and they tack it on to the tail end of the loan. And I know you said that, but I want a lot of people to understand, because a lot of people think it's a forbearance or it's a grace or that they waived it, but that's not in essence what happens. But go ahead. I apologize interrupting you.
And no, that's fine. That's fine. And when it came down, they added the extra months that we owed, and then basically on top of that, we owe basically that plus a couple $100.
Well, you're going to have the interest.
Can't explain.
Yeah, if you're going to have an interest, if there's going to be an interest issue, or if there's a processing fee, you have to read the fine print that says if you move this money, then you might be paying the interest rates at the time that you forbear it. Sometimes that happens. You might have a not a penalty, but a processing or an administrative fee for doing that. That's going to be tacked in. So all of that would have been disclosed. You've got to read the fine print. So that's usually wwhere that couple $100 is sneaking in on, because they not just because they're doing it to help you doesn't mean they're doing it for free. So you always have to understand, people have come in with a great context, but sometimes there's stuff in the wings, and you have to read through all of that. So if there's additional fees, it's probably one of those.
Yeah, when they were reading that disclaimer, they didn't say anything. They didn't say anything about fees. So I'm sure it was just some in the fine print.
Just ask them. Say, hey guys, what is this? And then they should tell you. They need to tell you if they haven't already disclosed it to you. But there you go.
Okay.
All right, buddy. Good luck. There you go. Let's go to where is it? Line Eric. Eric, good morning. I want to ask Don, what do you got, Eric?
Awesome. Good morning. How you guys doing?
What's up, buddy?
So check it out. So I did some construction work for a company. I've done it for them before. I went through a separation with some partners, which caused us to cancel our payroll, which canceled my workers' comp. Didn't think about that in my lapse. I've done now, they owe me about $30,000. but they're holding my check because during the time I performed it, I had that lapse of workers' comp. Do they have the right to hold my money? I now have workers' comp. Everything's in place. Do they have the right to hold my check?
Well, if you earn the money, yeah, and just because was there a breach of a contract? Did you back out of something? So if they're not going to pay you what you owe, then the affirmative defense on their side is, well, you did something to breach the agreement that you had with them. So and is based on the breach, the offer acceptance, the consideration would be the payment is no longer in play because you're a breaching party. So we would have to start with the relationship that you have with the company, and then I think you said you have your own company and you work for somebody else, and then you separated. So there's a couple different dynamics that are going on there. But whatever the case may be, do you have any documents that forms a company?
They signed my contract. I never signed theirs.
Well,
but they signed my contract.
Yes, but then when they signed yours, did you operate under the terms and conditions of your contract? And if so, for how long?
I did operate under the like on my contract.
I got to focus on the question. If they signed your contract and you did the terms and conditions associated with it, how long did you perform that?
How long did I perform the job? The job took about a week to complete, if that's what you're asking.
So we need a copy of the contract, because if that's the existing deal, but they didn't, and you went ahead and did it, although they didn't sign or you didn't sign theirs, that's an acquiescence. So if they signed yours, you didn't sign theirs, but you went ahead and did the performance is basically what a contract yields. So offer, acceptance, consideration equals performance of the act under the contract. And then their affirmative defense against you, sir, is that you acquiesced. You went ahead and did the terms and conditions, regardless of whether or not we signed it or not. And that's an interesting nuance, if you will, in contracts law, because what someone does is also indicative of their performance and whether or not that's viable acceptance of the offer. So we would need that contract and any other agreement, and then determine whether or not they're in breach of not paying you the $30,000. So it's a lot. These contracts issues are very complex. It's always hard on air because I need to see the documents, and I don't have that ability when you call in. But if you email it to me at asadam.com, attorney Sean Estes is fantastic. They do employment law and contracts law issues. We're more than happy to send it over to him, but do it today, if not tomorrow, because I'll be on the boat on Thursday.
Yeah, you will.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All
Appreciate
right,
it.
thank you.
You got it.
We got time for one more. Let's go to Kelly. Kelly, good morning. You're on Asadam. What do you got, Kelly? Hello, Kelly.
This is Trey.
All right, Trey, you're on with Asadam. What do you got, buddy?
Oh, hey, I'm a little bit behind, but I was going to tell you the actual statute for a burglary is entering or remaining in a structured dwelling or conveyance with the intent to commit an offense therein.
So he would be fully violating.
Yeah, his intent. I think his intent was to kick his butt.
Yeah, he said it.
He has the intent. Otherwise, it's just trespass.
Yeah.
Yeah, so usually if you reach into someone's car, your intent is to grab something, deprive them. There's the burglary, or maybe grab them. That's a battery, an unwanted touching, or an assault. So yes, there is usually the intent. But in all criminal crimes, sir, in all statutes, an element of intent must be present in any charge, because that's what ultimately everyone learns in law school is what's called mens rea. Is you have to have criminal intent.
Absolutely, yes.
Really, any even for a trespass. You have to have criminal intent.
Even if you don't commit the offense, if you have the intent to commit the offense, that makes it a burglary.
Yeah, and so that's also true with the states. Now you do have an argument that they didn't actually go all the way through, and you have different steps and prongs and different charges. That's where I come in as the defense attorney. So, but you have to prove the intent beyond a reasonable doubt. And if my client didn't commit the crime, you could say he intended. I intended to make love to my wife tonight, but it didn't happen, right? Juries like that one, right?
Yes, so, Dom, I love you, but as a deputy, you are the enemy.
That's not true. And I'll tell you what, I love our law enforcement. I loved our deputies, our troopers, our police officers, because we equally have a job to do. And it's not adversarial.
Yes, sir.
It's not adversarial unless I'm in front of a judge or jury. And in very limited times does that happen. But I love you guys. I don't consider it adversarial. But no, you're.
Yeah, I have good
fantastic.
friends that are defense attorneys, but yeah.
Yeah. Now, if
Thank
you're
you,
on the
sir. I love you
stand,
guys.
Thanks,
you're on the
pal.
stand. No, I'll try cross-examine you. You'll get upset now. Sometimes.
Fighting words. There you go. Thank you, Bob.
There you go.
Well, I also intended to make love to your wife.
Listen, she's not going to be on the cruise.
I know.
We won't have an opportunity till next week, Mike.
What is? How come she's not going on the cruise?
So Dom has a hockey tournament this weekend, and then a soccer tournament. So all these sports events landed on this weekend. So and then she gets real nauseous on the boat.
Yeah.
So she does. So she's usually drugged up, which makes it easier for you and I, quite frankly.
Yeah.
So she's going to be taking care of him. But so new information. You've got David and Shafia on the boat, the single law group.
Yep.
Mama's, as you know, is coming. Gabby is coming with me this year, so daddy-daughter trip. Her friend Lily is coming, who is the daughter of Christina Lund, and Christina is one of the newer sponsors to the Ask Dom show. She now does all of our real estate law, property law issues.
Let's let everybody know how old those girls are.
They are 14.
Thank you.
But both the girls are 14.
You hear that, Dizzy? 14.
14.
Just because they're taller than you doesn't mean it's okay.
So it's going to be a nice fun group. We get a chance to relax a little bit, but that's why Pumpkins is staying home. But be it as it may, I'm looking forward to just unwinding. Oh, one other thing, almost forgot.
Yeah.
Tonight is my show because tomorrow night the Lightning are playing at home. I think they're at home.
Yeah.
They're playing the Toronto. So this is the last conflict of the regular season short of the playoffs. So my show is this evening. It's going to start at 7 p.m. tonight to 9. It's only a 2-hour show. Cat named Mo is going to be in running the board with Spike. And
Spike still works here?
Spike is still here. As you know, Kelly is here, but she is only available to do the show on Wednesdays.
I don't believe Kelly is here. You say that, but I don't ever see her.
But she only has Wednesdays available because of her other work commits. So
Okay.
Spike will be answering the phones. Kat's going to run the board, kind of like the olden days, and then I'm doing 2 hours. And I leave the station tonight at 9, and I drive to the ice rink. I've got a game tonight at 10:15. So I have created the Ask the Dom Hockey Fan Club, and the first 2 members is going to be Cat Nemo and Spike. And I
actually looked for a way to hang up. I actually put my hand on the board to try to hang up on you, and I couldn't figure out how to do it from here.
Well, I just love messing with the fellas, but no, I am playing tonight after the show. But I just want to let everybody know that it's on tonight because of the conflict.
So if we don't see you on the cruise, it's because you broke something playing hockey.
I'm going to be very careful tonight because we do not want any injuries before the cruise. Absolutely,
Yeah. Well,
none,
all right.
none,
Well,
none of that.
Good luck. Good luck tonight, and thank you for helping out our listeners today. If you didn't get through, you can call the office 813-251-5550, or you could always go to askthedom.com and you could send him an email through the website. He does help out our listeners even when he's not on the show, and of course you can catch him tonight on his very own show. Dom, looking forward to seeing you on the boat, buddy.
48 hours, Mike. Absolutely. We're going to have some fun.
All right, we're going to take a break. It's the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Did you see yesterday there was I saw the news. There's a house, the most expensive house in Tampa Bay is in Oldsmar. Not Oldsmar, sorry, Odessa.
I don't live in Odessa.
It's Odessa, and it is going for $38 million.
$38 million.
And
Good
it is
grief.
the ugliest home I've seen in a long time.
Oh, really? What year was it
It
built?
looks like an office building.
Can I tell you what I really like? I saw a house that was recently built, and it is a square front
Yeah.
with like a square top, and I'm like, I kind of like
You
square.
do? Yeah.
I guess that's modern. I mean,
Yeah, but I mean, it's also it's to each his own. It's like what you like is what you
it's
like.
very clean. It's
Yeah.
very.
I don't. I like something that looks lived in, and this thing looked very, very much like an office space. It looked like they should be subletting some of the rooms to offices.
It's like all concrete.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
My wife loves where Jason used to live, his house, like
Old
that.
Northeast, yeah.
Yeah, like those houses. She loves those houses.
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea of a big house. I just don't like it too big.
I think that house has like its own lake.
It did.
And
It
it's
had
got-
its own lake. It's
Yeah.
had its own huge pool. It had an Olympic-sized swimming pool, the length of a full Olympic-sized swimming pool. It's insane. It's somebody with a lot of money that has everything that they want. The master bedroom open up to the view of the lake.
Yeah.
It's whoever built that house built what they want.
I think Jericho lives around that same area right
there
there.
were a lot of wrestlers. Big Show used to live over there, and Wells is building this house over there. Dr. D lives over there. It's a nice area.
Jameis's house is over there.
Yeah, it's not. I just didn't like the aesthetics of that house.
Like if you're building a $38 million house, it's not going to look like that.
Not gonna look like that.
Yeah, I get that.
No. Oh, come on, Carmen. I got a full board of phone calls.